Yeah, hello everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. So sorry we got a few minutes late. There was some stuff going on in the back end which we had to figure out, but we are all good to go now. So yeah, hello everyone and welcome to this session. I hope I'm audible. My screen is visible. So today we are going to do this event that we have been doing over the last few years now, which is called SimCAT Live Solving. Now, this is a very interesting event because what happens is I will take you through the entire journey of solving a SimCAT. So all of you, I'm sure, would have taken at least one SimCAT or at least would have known that there is this concept called SimCATs, wherein there is a mock test that you have to solve, which is sort of in the format of the CAT. And on the basis of that, you can maybe plan your strategy for the actual test. You can plan your strategy for the next test and so on. So that is basically what we do. We try to solve it live in front of you because you should know what it means, right, to take a test. And you should be able to figure out what exactly is the decision making that happens inside the mind of someone who might do well at the test, right? So that is what we intend to show in this particular bit, wherein I will be solving it live in front of you, and then you can just have a look at how quick the decision making is, what are the errors that I make, if there is some bit in my thought process that goes wrong and there is something that you can learn from, even that would be great, right? So that is basically what we intend to do. Now what I have here is I have my screen in front of you, so I have the test that we can start in some time. I have a panel on the right that you can see, which is the OneNote application, which I will use to write down my notes or do my rough work. So that will mostly be useful in the quant and the LRDI section. Otherwise, in the verbal section, I won't be touching that side. And otherwise, it will be a smooth journey. Hopefully, there won't be any technical glitches, and we will be able to complete the entire thing in one sitting, right? So there will be no pauses, no breaks, no drinking of water, no eating food, no looking at my phone, nothing, right? So it's a proper test environment. In fact, it's worse than a test environment because I have the camera on me the entire time, and I will be talking throughout the entire journey. So I will try to talk for the entirety of 2 hours to the best of my ability. I know I can talk for a long time, so that is something that that shouldn't exhaust me as such, right? So a couple of things before we start. There are some advantages to I taking this test. Obviously, I have some edge, as I would say. There are a couple of things. One is basically I have been doing this for a long time, right? So it's not as if I'm taking this is my first season and I'm taking my seventh SimCAT. It's not like that. I would have taken I don't know hundreds of SimCATs till now. And the journey started in what 2008. So since then, I have been taking SimCATs. Maybe a few years here and there, I was not able to, but otherwise, I have been at least having a look at SimCATs along the for the last many years now. So that is one thing that works in my favor. There is a lot of experience that is there in terms of test taking. There is a lot of experience in terms of understanding what the common traps are, and my knowledge of common traps would be much larger than an average individual's understanding of common traps, right? So that is something that comes naturally to me. This is something that I enjoy doing. So that is something that works in my favor. The second thing that would work in my favor is I have been involved with SimCATs in general and with the team that designs SimCATs in particular. So over the last few years, I more or less know what the thought process is like. I know how evil people setting SimCATs can be. So I know when there is something that I need to be careful about. So there might be those moments during the test wherein you might feel I'm taking some time or I'm thinking between two options. They might be very obvious choices to you, but for me, they might not be obvious choices because I might have seen something in the past that subconsciously I would be thinking about when I'm solving that particular question. So that is one thing. I have some edge because I know the people who set SimCATs. Although I don't know the exact questions that are there, but I know the thought process more or less. I have also been involved in recording video solutions for the SimCATs. So if you look at it a couple of years ago, or if you look at some of the take-home SimCATs, some of the solutions would have been done by me. So I know the kind of solutions that exist and the kind of thought process that is at play. So that is an advantage that I have here. The same advantage you can also have if you look at the past few CAT papers. Because the soul of the CAT remains more or less the same, although the team might change every year, but the soul of the CAT remains more or less the same, right? So that is one advantage that I have here. In terms of the disadvantages, the sad part is I have not done this in a long time. This is probably the first mock test that I'm taking after the live SimCAT solving, I believe, or maybe I must have solved a SimCET, right? So that is my only exposure to test taking and solving quality content in general. I'm not involved in taking batches for the last couple of years now. So the last time I took a session, a proper theoretical session, was maybe a couple of years ago. So that is the kind of gap that I have in terms of knowledge, right? So that is sort of a disadvantage for me because all of you, I'm sure, would have been thinking about prep day in and day out for the last few months now. So obviously that counts as an advantage for you, but it's sort of a disadvantage for me because I've not been thinking prep as such. So again, there might be some questions wherein again I will get into obvious bits. I might end up solving it in using a lot more steps than what you would have. But that is something that is a result of I not being in touch with core prep as such, right? The second thing is obviously I will not really have access to anything during this at this point in time, right? It will basically be I talking to you throughout the entire journey. I don't have people to look at. I don't have any distractions whatsoever except my messy desk. Otherwise, I don't really have anything to look at. But otherwise, if you look at it, I will be talking throughout the entire journey. I'm going to use this OneNote bit wherein I will be doing my rough work. So that is very restrictive in terms of what I am doing here. And talking for 2 hours is something that might not be very exciting for a lot of you, right? I like doing that, but for a lot of you, it might sound like overkill. The good thing is because I'm vocalizing my thoughts, I think my thought process will be clearer compared to what would happen at an actual test as well, right? Because the more you talk out loud, I am that kind of an individual who, if talks out loud, and who if who and someone who if he tries to explain things to someone else will understand it in a better manner, right? So in terms of 16 personalities, I think it counts as an ISTP. So if I vocalize my thoughts, if I am in that teaching mode wherein I'm trying to explain something to someone, I will understand it in a better manner. So all those of you who are of a similar type, I'm sure you would identify with what I'm saying. For those of you who are not, try teaching a concept to someone else. I'm sure you will understand it in a better manner. Okay. So enough talking about the context. I'll start the test. And again, as I mentioned already, I will be present. I'm doing it on Zoom. And Prasad sir will be there on chat. So he will try to answer to most of the queries you have. Be nice, be respectful of everyone in the chat is what I would strongly recommend. And try to make the most of this experience. If you can solve along, great. If you have something that you might want to talk about during the test, and again in the comment section, you can do that. And after the test as well, if there is something wherein you feel something could have been done in a better manner, or there was some other approach to a particular question, we would love to hear from you. So you can put it in the comment section as below as well, right? The recording will be up on YouTube once the session is done, as is the case with any other live session. So yeah, that more or less sums it up. So I'll just get going. I'll just start with the SimCAT 7. I'll just start with this thing. I hope the window is visible. Okay, I'll just try to challenge the resolution of my desktop. So it's still visible. So let's see. Okay, the routine, verbal ability, data interpretation, quantitative ability. I'm sure it's 66 questions. I think I saw it 66. So yeah, let's see. I'm ready to begin. Okay, we started. I will not be able to see the timer, so I'll have to adjust it a bit for the initial few seconds. All right, so we'll not need the right part, so we'll just go for the left part. All right, let's see. So what we have here is, just give me a second, 24 questions that are there. If you look at the right side, we have 24 questions here, hopefully. How many passages do we have? First question is a passage where we're witnessing a worldwide upsurge in memory. Over the last 25 years, every country, every social, ethnic, or family group has undergone a profound change in the relationship it traditionally enjoyed with the past. So some passage on memory. There are, I am assuming, 4 questions. Yeah, fifth question is 3 decades ago we are witnessing. Okay, so 3 decades ago, scientists thought they had cracked the medical mystery of what causes Alzheimer's disease. Okay, something right up my alley. I'm a biology graduate. I'm a medical graduate. So I think this is something which will be interesting. Ninth question. Okay, 4 alternative summaries. Current assessment tests for autism are a prime example of gender bias in medicine and all those things. Okay, let's see. So ninth is a paragraph summary. 10th is also a paragraph summary. 11th is a jumbled paragraph. 12th is a jumbled paragraph. 13th is the missing sentence bit that I think was similar to what appeared in last year's CAT. 14 is summary. 15 is missing sentence. 16 is paragraph, jumbled paragraph. 17 onwards is another passage. 17, 18, 19, 20, I'm assuming is the passage. 21 multinationals have brought 2 changes to the overall internalization of capital. Again, the passages. So 21, 24, understood. So 1 to 8 is passages, then 8 questions on this thing, and then the last 8 questions on other passages. Okay, we'll go with the passage that I thought was interesting. Let's see. Considering I'm rusty, this might be a good place to start. I have already spent 2 minutes, which is okay. So let's see. 3 decades ago, scientists thought they had cracked the medical mystery of what causes Alzheimer's disease, AD, with an idea known as the amyloid cascade hypothesis. So there's some hypothesis, amyloid cascade hypothesis. It accused a protein called amyloid beta of forming sticky toxic plaques between neurons, killing them and triggering a series of events that made the brain waste away. So physically, it's causing some damage to the neurons, and that's why the brain can't deliver data, I believe, and that's why it wastes away. The amyloid cascade hypothesis was simple and seductively compelling. Okay, so it was a fairly straightforward hypothesis. Said Scott Small, someone director at some place, and the idea of aiming drugs at the amyloid plaques to stop or prevent the progression of the disease took the field by storm. So it was a revolutionary discovery that happened. Okay. Decades of work and billions of dollars went into funding clinical trials of dozens of drug compounds that targeted amyloid plaques. So a lot of research went into removing these plaques. Okay, yet almost none of the trials showed meaningful benefits to patients with the disease. That is until September 2022, when the pharmaceutical giants Biogen and Eisai announced that in a phase 3 clinical trial. Okay, so there was no benefit that was shown unless here patients taking the anti-amyloid drug lecanemab, okay, showed 27% less decline. 27% less decline in their cognitive health than patients taking a placebo did. Okay, so there was less decline in their cognitive health, which means that it was still a fine drug, right? So initially they did not get any significant breakthrough, but here they're saying that the decline in cognitive health was less in terms of patients who were taking this anti-amyloid drug. Okay, so it was more or less a success, you can say. Because AD progresses over 25 years, the hope is that lecanemab, when given to people with early stage Alzheimer's disease, will slow that progression. So it will slow that progression, okay? Said Paul Essen, professor of neurology, whatever. By extending the milder stages of the disease, the drug could give people more years of independence and more time to manage their finances before being institutionalized. Fair enough. Some are less hopeful that the results will show any meaningful difference. So some are less hopeful. The clinically important difference is probably not there. Okay, so it's not clinically important. 27% is not that great according to Eric Larson. On the scale, the companies used to test the efficacy calculated from interviews with the patient and the caregivers on their memory, judgment, and other cognitive functions. So whatever interviews they did, the results were statistically significant but modest. Okay, they were 27% is significant but modest is what it's saying. And statistical significance, which means the results were likely not due to chance, does not always equate to clinical significance. Okay, so it's not because of chance, but is it because of the drug or not? That is something that is debatable apparently. The difference in the rate of decline, for example, might be unnoticeable to caregivers. Okay, so it's very less the difference that is there. What's more, reports of brain swelling in some participants and 2 deaths, which the companies deny are due to the drug. Okay, so there are some side effects. Safety of the drug is a field more accustomed to disappointment and success, and even the announcement by Roche that a second much awaited drug, gantenerumab, okay, some other drug is there, failed in phase 3 clinical trials, didn't diminish the excitement over the lecanemab. So the second drug that was that failed in clinical 3 trials, that's why the first drug is fine, and the side effects, they are saying that it's not because of the drug, the deaths are not because of the drug. Okay, fair enough. Do these results mean that the amyloid cascade hypothesis was right? Not necessarily. It does suggest to some researchers that with more coaxing, targeting amyloid could still lead to effective therapeutics. Okay, I'm thrilled, says someone. Lecanemab doesn't offer a stellar effect. Okay, so it's not significant as suggested earlier, but it's a proof of concept that could potentially lead to more effective drugs or more effectiveness if taken earlier. So earlier we said, and again, if you develop it more, then it can lead to better potential. It has good potential. Many researchers, however, aren't convinced. To them, the small to non-existent effect sizes in these trials and earlier ones suggest that amyloid plaques are not the cause of the disease. Achha, oh. So they are saying that amyloid plaques might be a wrong thing to talk about at all. Amyloid is more the smoke, not the fire. So it's something that has been conjured. It's not the root cause of the disease, and which continues to rage inside neurons, right? So amyloid continues to rage inside neurons. That is fine, but it's not the root cause of whatever happens in AD. That is what they're trying to say. Okay, fair. Let's say. Which of the following best explains the relationship between the amyloid hypothesis and the results of recent drug trials? Okay, so recent drug trials is what we saw. Recent drug trials was this one, right? I believe second drug was not that great. And other drug trials have been mentioned here. Okay. Fair enough. Recent drug trials is this one, and a pharmaceutical phase 3 clinical trial. Yeah, this one. I believe it's talking about this one. Fair enough. The amyloid hypothesis has been definitively proven by the success of NE. It has not been definitively proven. The recent clinical trials using anti-amyloid drugs have disproven. It has not disproven as well. Have provided evidence that targeting amyloid may lead to effective therapeutics, but the hypothesis has definitely not been proven. Okay. Have shown that targeting amyloid is not an effective approach. It's not that. It's saying that 27% less hai karke, but the hypothesis has not been definitively proven, as has been mentioned in the last paragraph as well, right? Smoke and fire. So I think I'll go with the third one. Okay, let's see the second question. According to the passage, some researchers are unconvinced about the effect of lecanemab for all the following reasons. Why are they unconvinced about the effect? They are unconvinced because of some things. Okay, because the sample is statistically insignificant. One, the difference is not noticeable to the caregivers. Those kind of things are there. So which of the following is not mentioned in the passage? Decades of clinical trials targeting have yielded any benefits to the patients? Okay, so 27% is there, significant hai, but in a way they are saying that amyloid plaques were detected in the brain even before the onset of Alzheimer's disease. So that is not something that has been mentioned here, right? Okay. The difference in the rate of decline is unnoticeable to caregivers. Perfect. Maybe more of a symptom than a root cause. Yes, perfect. So this is fine. So last two are fine. Have yielded hardly any benefits according to the scientists? Yes. So I think this one might be the case because I don't think it has been mentioned anywhere that amyloid precedes what happens before Alzheimer's, right? So we are not saying that. Anyway, let's save this and go next. Which of the following, if true, seriously weakens? So if true seriously weakens, Eric Larson's argument in paragraph 4. So this is paragraph 1, 2, 3, and 4. Eric Larson ka paragraph, this thing is okay. The clinically important difference is probably not there because the statistical this thing was less. Let's see. A combination of genetic, environmental, and lifestyle factors contribute to the onset of AD. Okay, he's talking about the study in such as such, right? It's not talking about AD as such. On January 6th, FDA approved lecanemab. Doesn't really matter. Patients on lecanemab have showed statistically significant improvement in their cognitive health. Might be have no adverse side effect. It's not about side effects. It's about the benefit of the drug. So I think I'll go with this one because it talks about the benefits. Which of the following conclusions can be drawn from the last paragraph? It's talking about if amyloid is a cause or not, or fire and smoke, or that bit is there, right? It's still not clear whether amyloid plaques are related to Alzheimer's disease. Not really, because they are saying that amyloid rages in the neurons. That's the last sentence. Targeting amyloid plaques could be a viable strategy in the future for the treatment of AD. Fair enough. It's saying that in the last paragraph. Treating AD at earlier stages is the key to better results with drugs targeting amyloid. Okay, so treating AD could be. So they're not saying that it has to be. They're saying that if it is earlier also, if taken earlier, right, could lead potential to. So is the key is not really something that we are talking about. It's talking about a possibility. The role of amyloid is still a matter of debate among researchers. Okay. So it's not a matter of debate. Amyloid is not a matter of debate. So I'm torn between second and fourth. Let's see. Not necessarily. Okay. It does suggest to some researchers with more coaxing, targeting amyloid could still lead to effective therapeutics. Okay. Many researchers, however, are not convinced. So most of them are not convinced. To them, the small to non-existent are not the cause of the disease. Yeah. So it's a matter of debate. Some people say, many people say it doesn't. Could be a viable strategy. According to some people who are convinced, they are saying that. So maybe I'll go with 4. I'm not very sure of this one, but let's see this. Okay, now let's look at the first one. We're talking about memory, right? Again, might be related to some biological thing. Let's see. every country, social or ethnic family group has undergone a profound change in the relationship it traditionally enjoyed with the past. Okay, we're talking about that memory. Oh, sorry. Okay, this change has taken a variety of forms: criticism of official versions of history and recovery of areas of history previously repressed. Also, we're talking about memory in terms of what happened in the past. Demands for science of a past that has been confiscated or suppressed. So we are saying that criticism of official versions of history. So whatever happened in the history, we're criticizing it. Yes, whatever happened in the past was not good or not well documented or was not really effective. Okay. Second thing is demands for science of a past that has been confiscated or suppressed. So whatever has not been exposed to us, we are saying that we want to look at that. Growing interest in roots and genealogical research, and a growing attachment to what the English-speaking world is called heritage. So again, we are talking about the past and the various ways people want to get however we react to history, right? So let's see. The upsurge in memory intersects with two major historical phenomena, one temporal and one social. One is in terms of time, one is in terms of the society. Okay, the first concerns what is usually referred to as the acceleration of history, an accelerated precipitation of all things into an ever more swiftly retreating past. Okay, broadly speaking, the future could be interpreted in one of three ways, which themselves determine the image people had of the past. It could be envisaged as a form of restoration of the past. So in the future, past will be restored. A form of progress, we will go even further than that, or a form of revolution. We will completely change paths. Okay, so either we will restore whatever was there in the past, or we will go into the future. We will progress from what will happen and from what has happened. And the third thing is revolution. We'll change the entire narrative altogether. Okay. Today we have discarded these three ways of interpreting the past, which made it possible to organize a history. We have discarded these three. Okay. Okay. We are not talking about these at all. So what are we doing right now? We are utterly uncertain as to what form the future will take. We do not know what our descendants will need to know about ourselves in order to understand their own lives. And this inability to anticipate the future puts us under an obligation to stockpile, as it were, in a pious and somewhat indiscriminate fashion, any visible trace or material sign that might eventually testify as to what we are or what we have become. Okay, so we don't know what is going to happen in the future, so we are holding whatever we have, all cultural, societal, whatever knowledge we have, we are just dumping it and thinking that okay, people in the past should not miss out on something that we were because we haven't saved the history as such. Okay. For the other effect of this acceleration of history symmetrical with that of the future is to abruptly distance us from the past. Okay, we are cut off far from it. It has become what an English demographic historian has famously described as the world we have lost. Okay, we have gone so far ahead, or we have gone so fast in terms of the history that we have sort of distanced ourselves from the past. Okay, fair enough. We are no longer on very good terms with the past. We can only recover it by reconstructing it in monumental detail with the aid of documents and archives. In other words, to what we call memory. So again, I'm thinking in terms of scientific advancements. We are so far ahead of where people were in the 70s and 80s that the things that they worked on seem obvious to us right now, right? So we can't really relate to what was the thought process like maybe in the 60s, 70s, 80s, or in the 1800s, early 1900s when some of the inventions happened. Fair enough. The second reason for this outbreak of memory is of a social nature and is linked to what might be called by analogy acceleration, the democratization of history. Okay, everybody can talk about history now. Marked emancipated trend among peoples, ethnic groups, and even certain class of individuals in the world today. In short, the emergence over a very short period of time of all those forms of memory bound up with minority groups for whom rehabilitating their past is part and parcel of reaffirming their identity. Yes, so people who are in the minority will always want to look at the past and feel that okay, their legacy was there and they need to establish their legacy. They need to sort of get out of that minority that they find themselves in. The explosion of minority memories of this kind has profoundly altered their respective status and the reciprocal nature of history and memory, or to be more precise, has enhanced the very notion of collective memory. Unlike, so they have enhanced the very notion of collective memory. Unlike history, which has always been in the hands of public authorities, of scholars and specialized peer groups, memory has acquired all the new privileges and prestige of a popular protest movement. Unlike history, which has always been in the hands of public authorities, memory has acquired all the new privileges and prestige of popular protest movement. So again, I think because of this widespread bit of memory that people can easily share and have their own version of memory, it has become more of a protest movement than something that people can study and focus on, right? So let's see. All of the following are reasons for the current upsurge in memory, except, okay, the difficulty to connect with the past and the desire to recover it through memory. Appreciation of official versions of history and rejections of areas earlier overlooked. So this is fine. I think the second one is fine. They are the reason for current upsurge in memory, because there are a lot of things that you can do now in this day and age. The use of memory by marginalized groups as a means of asserting the identity is fair enough. Because of that, the memory has surged. A growing interest in genealogical research. Yes, these are the ones. Difficulty to connect with the past, I don't think is an outcome. We'll just have a look at it again. Yeah, so difficulty to connect with the past. Criticism of official versions of history. Demands of a science of a past that has been confiscated or suppressed. So it's not the difficulty. It's basically you want to be connecting with your past and see what all things have been suppressed. Appreciation of the official versions and genealogy. So these have been spoken about things, right? Genealogical heritage. Yeah, I think this is fine. I'll go with the first one. It's not the difficulty to connect. It will not result in an upsurge if it's difficult to connect. Okay. I need to go a bit quicker. Following best represents the main argument of the passage. The world is experiencing an acceleration of history that has left people cut off from the past. The democratization of history has given rise to diverse memories that reaffirm the identities of minorities. So minority is what we have spoken about in the last paragraph, not the entire passage. So not the central idea, I think. Memory has become a popular protest movement that challenges the authority of history. Not really, it's not just a protest movement. The upsurge in memory is driven by a growing research in genealogical research and roots across countries and social groups. Still fine. The world is experiencing an acceleration of history that has left people feeling cut off from the past. Not really, I think. So I'll probably go for the fourth one. Not very sure of this. This is a 50-50 answer that I'm giving here. Let's see. Which of the following provides the most accurate distinction between memory and history? So history was more of a public thing. Memory is more of something that has been that is more or less individualist, you can say. A memory is weaponized past is a weaponized past used in protest movements, while history is in the hands of public authorities used for repression. It looks like a good answer, but it's literal. And again, as I said, this makes me sort of suspicious. So let's see. It can't be that literal, right? Okay. Memory belongs to the marginalized and the repressed, while history is a form of restoration of the past, a form of progress, or a form of revolution. Okay. It does not belong to the marginalized and repressed. It belongs to everyone, right? So the last paragraph focuses only on minority, but it belongs to everyone, more or less. Is a populist and democratized form of remembering the past, while history is more institutionalized and academic in nature. I like the third one. We are not taking the sides here, but I like this one. It's a more democratized form. Yeah. Memory is the questioning of history and a distancing from the past, while history is the analysis of past documents and archives. I like this one because we're talking here in terms of specialized peer groups, hands of public authorities. Yeah. Memory acquired all the privilege and prestige of a popular protest movement. So democratized form is more is what I would say. Yeah. Acceleration and democratization of history. I would go for this one. Okay. Unlike history, which has always been the same thing that we were talking about earlier, in the context of the passage, which one of the following is not a possible implication? Yeah. History is no longer valued or relevant in modern society because of the not a possible implication. Okay. Because the emergence of memory as a popular protest movement in comparison to history, memory is more inclusive. Yes, I would say that. And accessible way, perfect, with a greater emphasis on democracy, fair enough. That also helps me understand that my last answer was right, hopefully, because we're talking about democratization here. The emergence of memory has challenged the traditional authority and control of institutions and academic elites over historical narratives. Maybe because the minority is more vocal using their memory, is being used as a tool to assert marginalized or minority identities and challenge dominant historical narratives. Fair enough. I don't think this is the case, because history is no longer valued or relevant is not what they're saying. They're talking about memory in general being more democratized and being accessible to more people. Fair enough. We'll not spend a lot of time on this now. So let's look at some VA questions, because I've spent a lot of time doing this. I will look at the odd sentence because that is much more easier to do, and the parajumbles. Okay, this looks like an easy parajumble. Let's see. The lights dimmed and the first notes of the music began to play. Can't be the first statement. With a burst of energy, he launched. Who launched? We don't know. He closed his eyes. We don't know. The crowd cheered as the performer took the stage, ready to give it its all. Yes, I think 4 is the first statement, because we are introducing the performer. Now there are 3 things that are there. The lights dimmed and the first notes. So first notes began to play. Burst of energy, he launched into its first song. So 1, 2 has to be the case. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath, centering himself for the performance ahead. So he will start playing after he is composed. Yeah. So I think it's 4-3-1-2. 4-3-1-2. I think this is fine. Looks to be a simple one. Let's see. Missing sentence. Many countries have set ambitious targets for renewable energy use, such as the European Union's goal of reaching 32% renewable energy by 2030. 2030, they have set ambitious goals. Okay, fair enough. Climate change is a pressing global issue, and reducing our carbon emissions is more important than ever. Yeah, it's very important. They have said the importance. We don't know. Okay, renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal have the potential to provide us with clean energy without the harmful emissions associated with these fuels. Okay, some renewable sources are there. They are also becoming okay. So if this comes here, let's say many countries have set ambitious target for renewable energy. Okay, it seems good because we are talking about reducing carbon emissions. Wahan se we are talking about renewable energy, and here we are talking about renewable energy. So one seems to be a good fit. Let's see. Fossil fuels ho gaya, as in not harmful emissions and everything. They are also becoming increasingly affordable and efficient. Okay, so many countries have for renewable energy use. So usage may say they are becoming increasingly affordable and efficient. Not really. They are talking about these renewable energy sources are the they that has been mentioned here. So two may I don't think many countries will fit because many countries now becomes the subject. They are also becoming increasingly affordable. Many countries are becoming increasingly affordable. Not really. We're talking about renewable energy sources. So two may nahi batega. However, there are still challenges to overcome, such as some challenges have been given to them. Despite these challenges, again, this is an ambitious target. It's not a challenge as such. So three maybe I don't think it will fit. Despite these challenges, it is clear that the shift towards is necessary for a sustainable future. Many countries have set ambitious targets. Okay, so this also makes sense, right? So many countries have set. So shift towards renewable energy is necessary, and then we are talking about how we are justifying that bit. So 1 or 4 में से कुछ हो सकता है. I don't know. 4 is a concluding one, but 1 introduces renewable energy. So यहाँ पे the first time renewable energy has been mentioned, and उसके आगे they have mentioned. So I think I'll go for 1. Let's see. Okay, 4. So no summary questions. Sorry. Online education has become increasingly popular in recent years, providing greater access to educational opportunities for people around the world. Online education has become recently increasingly popular. Fair enough. Education is a crucial aspect. Advances in technology. So now online education will be there. Can be there. Online education has become increasingly popular. Online education or e-learning. Okay, so now we have introduced online education e-learning. So one is definitely not the case. Allows individuals to access educational materials and instruction from anywhere with an internet connection. Has been increasingly popular in recent years, and this has become particularly important during the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay. However, so 2 is still okay. However, there are also challenges to online education, such as lack of face-to-face. Uske baad to increasingly popular nahi aayega. So 3 is definitely out. Nevertheless, online education has the potential to democratize access to education and skills for personal professional growth. Has become nahi. So 4 has already concluded that it has the potential to democratize, and yahan pe we are saying that greater access karke bol rahe. So it's redundant. So 4 cannot come after nevertheless. So I think it should be 2. Let's mark 2 and go ahead and see what happens. Okay. Okay, this is paragraph sequence. So not the missing sentence. In addition to the direct harms of alcohol abuse, such as liver disease and addiction, there are also indirect harms, such as impaired driving and domestic violence. Okay, so we are talking about harms. Factors contributing to the freedom include, so the problem, which problem we don't know, sorry. Efforts such as education have been made to address the issue of alcohol use disorder, yet its prevalence remains high. Fair. Okay, 4 is a good opening set because we're talking about alcoholism is a major public health issue, which is fine. Yes, so 4 is good. Then, in addition to the direct harms of, okay, so यहाँ पे we are talking about alcoholism is a issue, and in addition to the direct harms of alcohol abuse, such as whatever, indirect harms bhi hai. Now, indirect harms will include factors contributing to the problem. What problem is this? Okay, we are talking about problem. So problem यहाँ पे the problem. So we are not talking about these here. So 1 के बाद 2 नहीं आएगा. 4 के बाद 2 can come. So 2 should come after 4. Obviously, everything should come after 4. Include the availability and affordability of alcohol, cultural norms around drinking, and individual risk factors such as genetics and trauma. Okay, have been made to address the issue, yet its prevalence remains high. The issue alcohol use disorder bola yahan pe, and then the problem. So maybe this is the problem that we're talking about and not alcoholism. Yeah, I would go for I like 4, 2, 1, and 3, because 3 will talk about the final step wherein we are talking about education and all. Let's see. And I'm short of time now, so I'll have to go with my first instinct. Okay, so we have skipped some questions. We have skipped 3, 4 questions. All 4 of them were summary questions. Oh, I'm surprised. 4 summary questions. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. Back in the 1960s, theory of plate tectonics, an interesting subject, was rapidly gaining acceptance. Certain geological features seemed to evade explanation. Theory provided explanations for questions that had long puzzled scientists. Volcanoes, land is born, ocean basins are carved out, and ancient crust was annihilated. I couldn't explain something like why. Okay, sure. Plate tectonics predicts that the boundaries of tectonic plates, where two plates collide, slide over or under one another, grind side by side, or move apart. Okay, so all those things can happen. Most of the planets geologic fireworks can be found. A ring of fire, horseshoe-shaped region that marks the fringes of many plates surrounding the Pacific plate, is home to 75% of the world's active volcanoes. Okay, so horseshoe-shaped region that fringes of many plates on the Pacific plate. So this one that we're talking about between Asia and the west coast of America. But despite being nowhere, I'm assuming it's Pacific. Yeah, let's see. But despite being nowhere near a plate boundary, Hawaii is an archipelago of giant volcanoes. Okay, it's not near a plate boundary, but still it has volcanoes. Active submarine volcano Loei of the southeastern shore of the island of Hawaii, the youngest member, 6,000 kilometers long. Whatever, this phenomenon known as intraplate volcanism, okay, is known as a geologic aberration. So same plate can there is a volcano, it's an aberration. Fair enough. Canadian geophysicist someone suggested that volcanic chains like these are forged when a tectonic plate continuously drifts over a stationary hotspot in the mantle. So it will be a tectonic plate, it will be a stationary hotspot. ऐसे करता रहेगा. The scorching rock that makes up 80% of the Earth's volume. This creates a sequence of volcanoes that erupt, grow, and then die out as the plate migrates away from the magmatic fuel source. Okay, so plate ऐसे से दूर जाएगा from the magmatic fuel source, then it will die out. It seems. Okay. 1971, someone proposed that these hotspots were caused by plumes of particularly hot material rising from the lower mantle. Okay, concentrated plumes are around 200 degrees Celsius hotter than the ambient mantle. When plumes reach the base of tectonic plates, the heat melts their surroundings, making plenty of magma. The plumes also carry mantle material made from Earth's depths. Something about plumes and mantle and whatever. Combined supply explains a great number of intraplate volcanoes. So whatever this thing talks about intraplate volcanoes. Chains of volcanoes, hotspot tracks are difficult to explain without invoking plumes. So plumes also explain ye. Hawaii is an oceanic example, but they can be found on land too. Yellowstone supervolcano is the youngest member, 17 million, whatever. Undeniable scar tissue of an unrelenting mantle plume. So there is core and there is mantle. So mantle ka jo plume hota hai, that is what we're talking. Plume is the, I'm assuming the one that is in birds as well, right? The topmost feathers kind of thing. Chemical evidence also implies the existence of mantle plumes. So we are talking about mantle plumes in general now. Okay. Two types of helium 3, 4. 3 was trapped deep during ye and is decidedly ancient. Okay, so volcano is थोड़ा कोर के अंदर आता है, mantle plumes जो भी है मतलब earth formation के अंदर है, and helium 3 is something that is visible. That is why we are saying that we are talking about mantle matter from considerable depth. So surface, mantle, core, 3 layers हैं it seems. Which of the following best describes what the passage is about? We are talking about mantle plumes. Evidence for existence of mantle plumes and their role in causing intraplate volcano. Very good. It's a very nice answer. Various theories regarding the formation of volcanic chains. No, we are talking about mantle plumes. So 2 is not there. Intraplate volcanism and the explanation. Again, mantle plumes we are not talking about. Theories of John Tuzo and regarding Hawaii. No, this is too specific. I think this is nice. So nice, easy question I think we got here. If I have made a mistake, I have made a big fool of myself, but it's okay. That's what I'm here for, right? All of the following statements, if false, could be seen as being in accordance with of the passage, except if false, except 2 negatives make a positive, whatever is there in the passage. Okay, so we have to find out an option which is there in the passage. Ring of fire is a satisfactory explanation for the prevalence of volcanoes worldwide. I don't think that is the case. Okay, I think it's just okay. The existence of mantle plumes provides a plausible explanation for intraplate volcanism. I think this is the case. We are talking about mantle plumes and how they are justifying volcanism. Hotspot tracks in Hawaii and Yellowstone can be explained without invoking plumes. No, I don't think they can be, right? You have to invoke chemical evidence also implies the suggest जो भी. So we are talking about a difficult to explain that. Fair enough. Jason Morgan did not believe that the plumes arose from deep within the Earth's mantle. Jason Morgan was which one? Were caused by plumes from the lower mantle, from deep within the lower mantle. From the lower mantle, not deep within the lower mantle. Okay. So which of the following is true? So this is fine. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Would weaken the argument in the last paragraph. Okay, helium-3 is found in abundance. So helium-3 and helium-4, helium-3 was found. That's why it's ancient. That's why you can justify it using plumes. Fair enough. Helium-3 is found in abundance in the volcanic lavas of the Ring of Fire. Okay. Helium-3 is a rare isotope that can be found. Nahi, 2 to justifies na, that thing. Presence of helium-3 is a reliable indicator of the presence of, not really, it justifies again. The amount of helium-3 found is significantly higher than that found in volcanoes and tectonic plate boundaries. Torn between 1 and 4 because I'm not able to understand either of them. Okay, helium-3 and Ring of Fire. Ring of Fire kahan pe tha? We saw somewhere Ring of Fire, right? This one. So-called Ring of Fire, horseshoe region, is world's most active. Okay, so 1 basically justifies that it's a common phenomenon and 4 says it's an aberration. So I'll go for an aberration because helium-3 is trying to justify this thing. Oh, nice. We finished the passage. Good. Let's see. Multinationals have brought 2 changes to the overall internalization of capital. They have changed its geographic flows. So MNCs ki there is a lot of capital flowing in. Classic imperialism, as we have seen, the objective of capitalist expansion was focused mainly on gaining access to raw materials or to markets for basic commodities like textiles. So earlier they used to look at basic commodities and raw materials. Now they have gone to high technology goods, computers, pharmaceuticals, striking shift in the overseas capital allocation. 1897, half of them was invested in plantations, railways, or mining properties. Today, it's less in those fields. Instead, it has moved to manufacturing. Okay. Those were core sectors. This is manufacturing. 3/4 to the flow of international goes to Europe and Canada and other developed capitalist lands. Achha, I thought it would come more to India and China, but okay, fair enough. So to the great preponderance of French or Japanese or German international investment seeks out locations in the developed world rather than in the old colonial parts of the globe. Okay. So earlier they were going for resources, mining for resources and stuff. Yahan pe abhi to resources have all been exhausted, I believe. That's why they're going for capital goods and manufacturing things. Okay. A second economic consequence of the rise of multinationals has been the remarkable ability to combine high technology with cheap and untrained labor. Okay. High tech and cheap untrained labor. Fair enough. The incredible complicated mechanisms underlie Hong Kong, South Korea, silence of the world, scientific machines operated by men and women, paddy fields. Okay, fair enough. Understood. Point of view of imperialism, the upshot of this is a perplexing one. The ability to transplant whole production processes into areas of the world that only yesterday were present economies has succeeded to an unprecedented degree in exporting the social institutions of capitalism. Okay, this I'm not able to understand, but fine. Just as the factors of production themselves emerged from a pre-capitalist social setting, so in our times, a new economic revolution is bringing the market economy into regions that were formerly only passive, not active forces in the world economy. So earlier they were passive, they were just sitting and trying to figure out what exactly is happening around, and peasant communities, they were just contributing normally, but now they have become hubs of capitalism, it seems. I don't know. Okay, fair enough. At the same time, the new imperialism has greatly intensified the competitiveness of the system in its developed homelands. This is not only the result of the interpenetration of each other's markets that we discussed about, because the manufacturing outposts of the multinationals can fire artillery barrages of low-cost commodities back into their motherlands. As no nation knows better than the United States, TV sets made in Hong Kong or Taiwan, ye can undersell the same products manufactured in California or the Midwest. Okay, so manufacturing it outside makes more sense because the labor is cheaper and we same cheese we are talking about. At social wala context, I miss somewhere in the middle, but otherwise, logically, it makes sense. It is too soon to foretell the consequence of this internationalization and intensification of competition, or what may be the outcome of the financial and political crisis that have appeared. Not surprisingly, nearly all the Asian tigers. That's what we're talking about, right? What seems beyond doubt is that we have moved in the direction of a global economy in which new world straddling enterprises coexist uneasily with older national boundaries and prerogatives. Similar to what happens in India as well, right? We are taking things from, let's say, China, for example, because it is cheaper, but then we also have to fight with maintaining the internal homeostasis. So let's see. Understood. Ironic ending to a consideration of the problem of imperialism that the movement whose origins were connected with elevating the pressures on capital has ended up by making them worse. Something that imperialist and social bit I completely missed in this one, but let's see. Okay, which of the following is not a possible implication? Which one? Ironic, that, okay. Okay, not very comfortable with this one, but let's see. Is not an implication. As MNCs operate across borders, they end up undermining national boundaries and prerogatives. Okay? The shift towards high technology goods by MNCs has resulted in a change in the global economy. Okay, we're talking mostly in terms of the conundrum that exists and the discontent that is there, right? So it's not exactly positive in such. Initial objective of imperialism was to expand capital by gaining access to resources and markets in other countries. This is fine. 3 is what we have been talking about. So not a possible implication nahi ho sakta. Have paradoxical, fantastic. 4th is very good. Paradoxical hai usme. They are end up undermining. I think 2nd is the one, because 1st again talks about undermining national boundaries. So it's in a negative sense. Let's see. MNCs have influenced internationalization, except, okay, shift the focus of allocation of capital away from gaining access to raw materials or markets. Shift the focus of allocation of capital away. Okay, 1 is fine, I think. Export to formal passive, yes. 2 is fine. 3 is not really only Hong Kong's of the world is fine. With untrained labor and intensify competitiveness. Okay. So 3 and 4 also look fine. 1 and 2 में देखते हैं. Export to passive regions, ठीक है. Allocation of capital away from gaining access to raw materials or markets. 1 is fine. I like 1. Okay, I'll go for 3 because they're talking about London, which confused us in the beginning, right? So I will go for 3. Let's see. Now that I have read the passage, I would rather invest my energy in this one and maybe get even a few questions wrong. It's okay. New imperialism as presented in the passage. Acquisition of raw materials and markets for basic commodities by colonial powers. No. Increase their profits and influence. Okay. Movement of overseas capital from colonies to locations in the developed world. Yes. The ability to transplant whole production into peasant economies. Okay. The 2 things are there. Na? 3 and 4 are both fine, I think. New imperialism. Ability to transplant, it's more of capital movement. That's how imperialistic tendencies happen. Let's see. So last question. Last paragraph of the passage. What is the last paragraph? What will happen because of this thing? Moved in the direction, straddling enterprises coexist uneasily with older national models. Okay. The relationship between nationalization and globalization remains a key note. This is very nice. I like this one because as I spoke about in the Indian context, India and China, I think this is similar to what I was thinking. Unclear what the ultimate result will be of the financial. Okay. Well, yes, in a way, yes. But not just Asian countries, it's about the world. Not really. Predict the future that has experienced significant growth in the area of new imperialism. I still like 1 better because it resonates with what I was thinking. Okay. Let's try to see 1 ye. Acha, autism dekh lete hain. This version has extremely restrictive requirements for an autism diagnosis, such as showing deficits in non-verbal communication, displaying social issues, something, gender bias in medicine. How diagnostics are rife with. Okay, I've read something on this. So it's called Invisible Women. All of you might want to read that book. It's a nice book. Gender bias, at least, yes. Racial bias, I don't know. Let's see. These diagnostic requirements are outdated and more specific to the white male experience. DSM doesn't distinguish between. Okay, are outdated and biased towards white male experience, lacking inclusivity and distinction of subtypes. Okay, fine. Are restrictive and do not account for the different experiences or subtypes. I don't know. I like the 3rd one because we're talking about the male experience. So let's see. Let's take a punt here. So I don't know which question that was. Okay, I missed some question, I think. Okay, so fair enough. I attempted 20 questions. But okay, I hope most of them are right. At least I might not have made mistakes. So let's see. Let's look at the next section. Okay, I think this is fine. Let's just do this. And some of this. Yeah, now I think I'm good. Right. Yeah, fine. Let's see. So 5 friends, Rudra, Raju, Bittu, Pappu, Meera entered a large room. There was a 4x4 square grid. 5 friends, 4x4 square grid. Okay, 16 squares. Huh? Raju, Bittu, Pappu, and Meera were positioned such that on the matrix structure in different cells in such a way that each of them was standing completely inside a cell. No two of them were standing in the same row and same column. Acha, 4 of them are standing inside. हाँ ठीक है, understood. So typically what happens is, I believe it's something like this. So I'm just showing you. So if one person is here, one person is here, one is here, one is here, this will be fine. So something like this, or you can have something like this, right? So these are possibilities, and one has to be in each row and each column. Fair enough, understood. And are facing 4 different directions: north, south, east, and west. Oh, okay. So understood. Well, there is no absolute north, south, east. Okay. Rudra is standing outside the matrix, so the 5th person is outside the matrix, observing them. Fair enough. At the time of entering the room, all of them were blindfolded except Rudra. So Rudra knows everything. As a result, other than Rudra, no one knew the actual directions. Acha, everybody is blindfolded now. These 4 friends who did not know the actual direction were told separately that each of them was facing north. Acha, they thought everybody was facing north. So according to them, there will be an east, which might not really be the absolute east. That's what we're talking about. Fair enough. Following are some of the statements made by them. 3 cells to my east are empty. Same is true towards the south. 3 cells to my east are empty. Same is true towards the south. So it's a corner square. Whichever corner it is, it's a corner square. Fair enough. There is only 1 cell empty to my north and to my west. To my north and to my west. So if I'm standing here, it's basically this square. It could be this square also if I'm facing this direction. Okay, understood. Not everybody is facing north. Na? So one person is facing the north, the other person cannot face. So, okay, understood. So if Raju is in this X wala square, Bittu can't be in this dot wala square, because then Raju and Bittu will both be facing the north. So that is not a possibility. Understood. So Raju is in a corner square. Bittu is in one of these inside squares, I think. Okay. Pappu says, starting with my cell, go to 1 cell towards north and then move 2 cells to the east to reach the cell inside which Bittu was standing. So north and east chhod do, we are talking about from their context perspective, right? So Pappu, starting from my cell, go 1 cell north, matlab 1 cell upwards, 1 cell in the same direction, chalo, not upwards, same direction mein, and then move 2 cells to the east. So 1, 2. So 1 in the same direction and 2 in the right. So 1 in the same direction, 2 in the right करने से Bittu के पास पहुंच जाते हैं. ठीक है, 3 people का direction we know, 4th का भी we will able to figure out, and I think there are 3 cases that are there. Question देख लेते हैं. If I go to the southwest corner cell to the northeast corner cell diagonally, Rudra, हाँ ठीक है, Rudra is the outer person. I will meet only one of my friends diagonally. ठीक है, this I think we should get. It's a closed question. Should get. Rudra said if I go whatever, हाँ ठीक है, fair enough. I think we should get this answer as well. Hopefully. ये क्या है? Rudra said if I go, हाँ ठीक है. Rudra is saying a lot of things. It is fine. If I go whatever, it's fine. Question number, okay, 5 questions, 4 sets. I forgot to check that. Okay, I think this is doable. I think we can go for this. Although I have not seen what the other sets are like, we can still go for this one. So let's see. I think there will be 3 cases, and one of them we should be able to eliminate, or 2 of them we should be able to eliminate, I hope. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. As we have discussed, initially we are saying now a corner cell would be by Raju. So let's say Raju is fixed. Now it doesn't matter. Let's say Raju is facing this direction, and this one is Raju, let's say. Okay. Next one, what are they saying? Bittu we have figured out. 1 cell empty to my north and 1 to my west. Oh, I'll have to draw 3 things. Okay. Let's see. So यहाँ पे Bittu has 1 cell to his north and 1 to his west. West is left. Okay. So ये होगा. So this could be Bittu. This one. Okay. So 1 cell to his north and 1 cell to his west. 2 to the east, 2 to the south. Fair enough. इसके ही 3 cases बनेंगे ना. ठीक है. Let's see. Let's draw 3 cases just to be on the safer side. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is Pakka Raju, and Bittu here will be downwards. This is Bittu, this is Raju. And Bittu could not have been present here because Raju is already facing the north. So Bittu can't face, matlab absolute north. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Again, this is Raju. And Bittu, I think, will face this one, west and north. Okay, this is Bittu. Okay, so Raju and Bittu are done. 2 things are done. Now we are saying that Pappu says one in the same direction and two to the right. One in the same direction, two to the right. So we are talking about a knight move in terms of chess. So इधर बिट्टू अगर है तो पप्पू can't be here. Can Pappu be here? One to the north and two to नहीं होगा ना, because then Pappu will be in the same row and column as Raju. I think वो row column same नहीं है ना? हाँ, correct. Fair enough. So row column same नहीं है. So this guy can't be here and can't be facing north as well, which is fine. Pappu can't be here. The next one is Pappu can be here. If Pappu is here, north and east, same direction. So here, here or here, this is the one. ये करके two to the left जाना पड़ेगा. To the right will not be able to go. East नहीं होगा ना, ठीक है. So not in this one either. This one is the next cell. यहाँ पे Pappu is there. One cell towards north, and this one works. So this will be the north. ठीक है. So this I think is Pappu. One to the north and one two to the east से बिट्टू के पास पहुंच जाएगा. ठीक है. Now, according to this, the last direction is south, and the only cell left is this one. So this will basically be the last guy. कौन है? Raju, Bittu, Pappu, and Meera. Oh, sorry, Meera. So Meera will be here. Same thing यहाँ पे भी देखते हैं, because ये इधर है ना, तो it's in the opposite direction and a knight move. So यहाँ पे if this one is the case, north and to east तब पहुंचेगा यहाँ पे. But this can't be the cell. 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 Okay, so you can't have a knight move at all. This is not possible. This is not possible. This is not possible. This is not possible because Raju is covering all these spaces. So there is no way this can happen, right? I'm assuming. Okay, fair enough. So this case is out. ये वाले case में again I need a knight move, not same row, not same column. So this is a possibility. This is a possibility. This is not a possibility. This is not a possibility. So these two are the possibilities. अभी यहाँ पे I have to go north and then east. So north जाना ही पड़ेगा. That I can't do. So this one north. अच्छा, this is possible. So this one goes here. ये कौन है? Pappu. Pappu goes like this towards the north and two cells to the east to reach Bittu. ठीक है, fair enough. I think this will also work. So दो cases हैं I think. I don't know if I'm missing something, but let's see. So up, down, left, right होना चाहिए last वाला, and it should be this one. Because this is covered, this is covered, this is covered, this one has to be covered. ये कौन है? This is Meera. Yeah. So these two cases are present. So Raju is present here. Bittu, Pappu, and Meera are there. ठीक है. Let's see. Okay, we have to figure out now which question we have to go to. Sorry. Okay, let's go to the first question and see what happens. Okay, I've spent some 10 minutes on this one. I think it's fine. It's for the course. I'm almost done with this one now. Let's see. Rudra said, if I go from the southwest corner, southwest, this one, to the northeast corner diagonally, I will meet only one of my friends on my way, who will be standing with me in the same cell. That is at the destination cell. Oh, who is facing the west direction? Okay, did I mess up something? Southwest corner to the northeast corner diagonally. Achha, but we don't know whether this is absolute north or not. Oh, okay, understood. Fair enough, understood. So this is one and this is one. And last corner, so Rudra is standing. So Rudra is standing in the southwest corner to the northeast corner diagonally. So according to Rudra, this is the southwest corner, sorry, and this is the northeast corner diagonally. So यहाँ पे this is how it goes, right? So this is how he's traveling. He will meet only one friend, which will be Raju. Destination cell में है, brilliant. Who is facing the west direction? So this is southwest, this is the west. Pappu is facing the west direction. Okay, thankfully the investment has worked. If I go from the southwest corner to the northeast corner diagonally, I'll meet only one of the same cell. Very good. Which of the following statement guides you to reach Pappu's cell starting from Meera's cell using actual directions? So Meera's cell to Pappu's cell. Move once. I have to go southwest. I have to go 2 to the east and 1 to the south. 2 to the east, 1 to the south. Yeah, this one. Yeah, 2 to the east, 1 to the south. Very good. If I go from southwest to northeast, one of the friends diagonally, great. Bit 2's final position, if we move him one cell towards west and one cell towards north, bit 2, one cell towards west and one cell towards north will be northwest corner of the grid matrix. Yes. Same thing. Achha, sorry. I'll meet only two of my friends. Yeah, I was hoping for this. Southeast to northwest. But achha, my friend is in the destination, is facing the east. Oh, so okay. Southeast. So if this is southeast and this is northwest, let's say the other way is the other way around. Southeast say northwest if he's going diagonally. So southeast to northwest. So northwest. So if this is northwest, it's between north and west. So will this be north? Okay, this one. If this is north, this is west, this will be south, this will be east. And if this is north, this is west, this will be east, this will be south. There are two ways possible. My friend at the destination is facing east. But कैसे होगा? My friend at destination is facing east, it seems. But destination तो northwest corner में होगा ना, तो how will the friend be facing east? अच्छा, the friend has to face away from this direction. I don't know. Can't understand this one. No, it's definitely this case, but I can't understand. ठीक है, let's see. I'll be told tomorrow. ठीक है, I'll go for it later. Too much of effort. ठीक है, sorry. WBL is an intra-state courier. It seems to be a long one. Zones, North Bengal, South Bengal, 4 hubs. Acha, so West Bengal, zone wise divide kiya hai, hub wise divide kiya hai, and there is something called pick up and drop points. It's a lot of theory that exists. Number of vehicles. That reminds me of last year's and the CAT 2017 morning slot, I think. A very painful question. And with a lot of uncertainty because the maximum number of, the optimum number of, and all those things are slightly difficult to understand. Let's see. 2021 aggregate sales of a medium-sized grocery store for the different subcategories of products, detergents, soaps, and personal hygiene products are non-perishable. Detergent, soaps, personal hygiene are non-perishable. Fair enough. Baby food, cereals, oils and spices, kitchen, and others are processed. Okay, so ये कुछ profit and loss वाला I think होगा. Sales is in lakh, 10 lakh, 16 lakh, 14 lakh, 12, 18, 10, 18, 5, 12, 15. So ये 3 types, which is fine. Vertical bars show the growth in sales in the year 2022 with respect to 2021 in percentage terms. Okay, but we don't know which one is which one. So kitchen items में there are 3 things, 10, 16 and 14 in 2021. 2022 में कुछ growth हो गया होगा, but kitchen items में we don't know which one is which one. Okay, so I think there is some angle of this 7 1/7 and 18 1/3 being significant. 7 1/7 will hint me towards the fact that kitchen items में something has to be a multiple of 7. Oils and spices. So I think oils and spices would have grown by 7 1/7. Looking at the most obvious bit. Similarly, 25%, something has grown by 25%, something has grown by 30%. Now, 10, if it goes by 25%, it will become 12.5. 16, if it goes by 25%, it will become 20. And 10 can go by 30%. So I think something like this can be applied here. But let's see. But we don't know which one is which one, right? Niche kya hai? Let's see. Ascending order for different subcategories in each. Achha, ascending order of percentage change. Okay. Out of the 3 product categories, overall growth expressed in percentage is the same for exactly 2. Overall growth expressed in percentage is same for exactly 2 categories. Categories which one? Subcategories hai na ye? What are categories? Achha, okay, understood. Non-perishable product category, kitchen items, and process. So these 3 are the major categories that we're talking. Understood? Two categories का overall growth percentage is exactly the same. Okay. Okay. Let me. I don't know. Somehow these two look similar unless 7 and 1/7 is pulling it down by a lot. Because इसमें highest is 25, highest is 25. Others are pulling it down by a bit. इसमें भी 15, 23, 25. मतलब I would probably go for an average of around 20 for this one. I will go for an average of around 9 and 21 के बीच का average क्या आएगा? 15 for this one, I think, and around 20 for this one. So maybe these two are similar. But again, top of my mind is assuming equal distribution. Sure. Actual growth is the same for. Actual growth is the same for all the product categories. Oh, the growth in sales of personal hygiene, freezer, and baby food are equal. Personal hygiene कहाँ पे है? This one. Baby foods, this one, and freezer, this one. Okay, personal hygiene is 12 lakhs, freezer is 12 lakhs. दोनों का percentage same होना चाहिए. So non-perishable and processed. Non-perishable and processed. 15, 23, 25. So 25 has to be the case, right? Okay. So let's see. Let's try to write it down. So baby foods, cereals, oils and spices, personal hygiene, soaps, detergents, dairy है ना तो detergent लिखते हैं, and beverages, bread, freezer, and dairy. ठीक है. तो एक तो we figured out that 25% something, right? किसका 25% था? Sorry, processed and non-perishable में ना. Non-perishable में it was personal hygiene and processed में freezer, I think. Yeah, personal hygiene was 12, freezer was 12. Both of them should have grown by 25% and should have become 15. ठीक है. And तीसरा क्या था? Baby food, right? Baby food was cup sale was growth in sales was equal. Growth in sale in terms of percentage, I am assuming. अच्छा, growth in lakhs was equal. Oh, ठीक है. तो 3 lakhs का growth है ना. तो baby food में 3 lakhs का growth होगा. तो 10 से it became 13. 30% से it grew and became 13. Okay, so ये वाला भी था ना. Kitchen items में भी 30%. Fair enough, understood. तो करना क्या इसके अंदर? Now what is the question? Range in lakh of sales figures for the given product, subcategories, highest and lowest in. अच्छा, every subcategory we have to figure out उसका range निकालना है. Oh, ठीक है. Let's see. आ जाएगा आंसर इसका. How many product subcategories exceed the average sales per subcategory in the year 2022? Okay, तो entire sale divided by the number of 3, 3, 4, 10 करके निकालना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. Whose growth in sales expressed in percentage are the same from processed item and kitchen processed items and kitchen items. It should not be baby foods and freezer, नहीं तो it will become very obvious. अच्छा, percentage terms. ठीक है. तो 30% है ना. I need 30% to be applied to somewhere from processed items, क्योंकि kitchen items में नहीं, baby foods अगर आता है तो processed items and kitchen items. Okay, 8 नहीं है, 10 नहीं है, 18, 1/3 नहीं है, 20. So 25%. Wherever it is 25%, we are sorted. Processed items and kitchen items. That will be personal hygiene and freezer, right? Did I mess up something? Whose growth in sales expressed in percentage are the same. Processed items and kitchen items. अच्छा, kitchen items and processed items. Oh, sorry. Processed and kitchen. हाँ. So it should be 25% each. So इसमें 25% and इसमें 25%. I don't know, cereals and freezer maybe, because both of them are divisible by 4. So maybe I'll write it, mark it for review and go ahead. Sales growth निकालना पड़ेगा. This is a very weird number. ठीक है, we'll go over this later. Let's see. We have attempted only 3 questions now, by the way. Fine. Let's go to the next one and see what happens. We at least have the skeleton ready. ठीक है. Constructed a large cube made of 125 small identical opaque plastic cubes of different colors by pasting them with glue. First, she drew a large square divided into 5 by 5 matrix of each area. Okay, so this is a 5 by 5 square. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, the numbers have been written left to right. The area of each square in the matrix is equal to the surface area. Okay, 25 cubes on a plane surface maintaining exactly the same color combination as shown in the 5 by 5. Pink small cube has been placed in the bottom left corner. Pink small cube bottom left corner. Okay, fair enough. And a blue small cube to its immediate right. Yeah, fair enough. 2 dikh raha hai. Top right corner is a green small cube 25 and a red small cube to its immediate left. Fair enough. She created 4 more such layers of cubes, so the color combination of all layers is exactly the same. All these cubes from. Okay, so I think this is one, and there is another, there is another, there is another. There is a stack of these 5 layers that are there. Okay, understood. So question क्या है? How many red colored small cubes are visible from outside the large cube? Outside the large cube. So if I put everything, stack everything in front of each other, whatever is on the edge. So let's say I'm talking about 22, for example. 22 में 22 will be here. उसके पीछे एक और yellow cube, one more yellow cube, one more yellow cube, one more yellow cube. 20 will be here. उसके पीछे yellow, 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 and 5 yellows in a row. 12 में I'll be able to see one yellow in the front and one yellow at the back. बीच के तो दिखाई भी नहीं देंगे ना, because they will be inside. 8 का भी same. 5 में there will be 5. So whatever is on the edge or on the corners will have 5 representations, and whatever are inners will have only 2 representations. ठीक है, fair enough. तो रेड में एज है, सो 5 6 7 8 9 9 and 5 14 14 and 5 19. ठीक है, I think it's 19. I'll be very disappointed if I'm wrong. Red color is visible from outside the last, right? So 5 6 7 8 9 14 19. I think this is right. I should have attempted this one earlier. ठीक है, लार्ज क्यूब में हाउ मेनी पिंक कलर्ड स्मॉल क्यूब्स विल बी विजिबल फ्रॉम आउटसाइड गिवन दैट दीस पिंक क्यूब्स आर इमीडिएटली एडजेसेंट टू येलो कलर्ड स्मॉल क्यूब्स. हाउ मेनी पिंक क्यूब्स आर विजिबल फ्रॉम द आउटसाइड? ठीक है, तो 5 विल बी विजिबल फॉर श्योर, एंड दे आर एडजेसेंट टू येलो. यस, दे आर एडजेसेंट टू येलो. सो 5 फॉर श्योर, 6 फॉर श्योर, 7 फॉर श्योर, एंड बोथ ऑफ देम आर एडजेसेंट टू येलो. 6 7. ठीक है, या देन 5 adjacent to yellow, 7 and 5 12. यहाँ पे adjacent to yellow, 12 and 5 17, not adjacent to yellow, तो 17 I think. ठीक है, we draw a pair of diagonals for each of the faces of the large cube so formed. The diagonals pass through the outer surface. Surface diagonals है 38 cubes. कैसे आ गए? So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 9 6 are 54. अच्छा, कॉर्नर वाले रिपीट होंगे ना, तो लेट्स, तो 1 2 3 4 5 are each face, so 5 6 are 30 and 8 corners, 38. Yeah, understood. The color of the maximum number of small cubes to which these 12 diagonals pass is what? अच्छा, so 2 faces का we'll have to figure out what happens. इसमें तो flat faces होंगे. ठीक है, understood. So this face, if you look at it, there are, okay, so I'll just write blue, red, pink, yellow, green. So 5, right? 5 of each color. Yeah, 5 of each color. ठीक है, so यहाँ पे red are 2, blue will be, अच्छा, maximum number of cubes है वास ना, so face and ये corners will have to do separately, I think. ठीक है, I'll just look at it, face and corners. So red, sorry, 0 corners for red. Blue में there is 1 face and 1 corner. Pink में there is 1 face and 1 corner. Yellow में there is just the 1 corner. And green में obviously it has to be not obvious, 1 face and 1 corner. Okay, so what is the question? तो यहाँ पे ये duplicate होगा. Same thing will be present on the opposite side as well. So corner cubes, so we can assume ना that these 4 corner cubes will always be present. तो वो 8, तो I think those are constant. Color maximum number of small cubes. Okay, okay, understood. So corners, so we'll have it fixed. तो ये 4 corner होंगे, and again you will have the same corners. ठीक है, red you will have, top face, if you look at it, you will have 1 red, bottom face पे you will have one red, left face पे you will have one red, two reds rather, two reds top, the second and the fourth one, two reds bottom, second and the fourth one, and two reds left, second and the fourth one. So 6 additional ones, I'm assuming. Blue wale mein, if you look at it, corners I'm just taking, so corners छोड़ दो, इसमें blue will not, ये वाला blue will not be required. ये वाला blue is not relevant. ये वाला blue will be again middle है तो 1. This will be 2 more. So 1 plus 1 2 and 2 plus 2 4. So 6 in total. What about the pink ones? 1 for the top, 1 for the left, one for the top, 1 for the left. No, I'm messing something up. I should look at everything differently, right? It will not be the replica. Okay, fair enough. I'll look at it later. Which color is not present among the small cubes whose at least 3 faces can be seen? The corner ones, right? So pink, blue, green, yellow. Red is not there. Not present, yeah. Large cube can be present on any of these 6 surfaces, and thus there are 6 possible placement configurations for the larger cube. For any given placement configuration of the large cube, 5 horizontal and 5 vertical layers of small cubes are present in the large cube. What can be the maximum possible number of small cubes of the same color present in the same horizontal layer of cubes for a placement configuration of the large cube? So if I put it on one face, same horizontal layer pe hone chahiye cubes. So if there are 2 colors in one edge or 2 rows of the same color, then I will have 5 and 5, right? Same horizontal layer of small cubes for a placement configuration of the large. Okay, let's see. I can make some assumptions here. Visible है कि क्या है? ठीक है. 6 possible configurations for any given placement configuration. 5 horizontal, 5 vertical layers are present in the large cube. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers are present. Maximum number of layers of the same color. So पूरा का पूरा layer has to be of the same color. Okay, understood. Maximum possible number of small cubes of the same color present in the same horizontal layer. Oh, one horizontal layer mein there should be maximum number of layers. Okay, understood. Okay. So in this case, if I look at it, everything has a different, no color is present twice in one layer, horizontally at least. अगर मैं ऐसे उसको flip कर देता हूँ, then I can see a 4 and a 24 that will be present in the same layer. तो 10 हो जाएंगे वहां पे. Are 3 colors present in the same layer? Can't really see, right? 3 colors. Maximum 2. Yellow भी दिख रहा है 22 and 12. 10 in the same layer. 3 I can't see. What are the options? 1, 5, 10. Cannot do it. We can uniquely determine it if we make the cube. So I think 10 is the answer. Okay, I think that was the last question. Let's have a look at the timer. Okay, only 10 minutes left. And we have attempted 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions. Okay, so not really a very happy performance. But let's look at this one. We are almost through with this one. So let's look at this one and then we will make some assumptions for the freezer and the baby foods. Let's see. Okay, Rudra says, if I go from the southeast corner to the northwest corner diagonally, I'll meet only 2 of my friends who will be standing with me in the same cell. The first one at the beginning and the second one at the destination cell. My friend at the destination cell is facing the east, who is facing the north direction. So this one we had established ye wala part hai. Friend in the destination is facing the east. So let's start from there. So let's say, for example, this guy is facing the east. So if this is the east wala direction, this will become the north wala direction. So this will be north. This will be south, ये east है and ये west. Okay, I'm complicating things randomly, but ठीक. तो यहाँ पे they are starting from the southeast corner. So if this is south, ये southwest हो जाएगा. If this is east, right? So this is not the case. So forget about this one. Let's say this is the east direction. तो ये अगर east है, तो this becomes the west. This becomes north. This becomes south. ठीक है. So last वाला direction में Raju is facing. So this is south. This part is south. This part is. This bottom part is west. I don't know. I think it's still ये वाला अगर east है, let's say. Okay. Who is facing the north direction? Okay, let's see. If this guy is facing the east direction, north will be the ये वाला part. So this one. So I think Mira should be my answer, but I'm not very sure of this. But let's mark this one. Which of the following statement guides you to reach Pappu's cell starting from Bittu's cell? Bittu किधर है? Bittu इधर है. And Pappu is here. actual इसमें. So we have to go, if this is east, so Bittu say I need to go one south and two west. One south and two west. If this is right, then we are sorted. One south and two west. Not really. Okay. So something is wrong. If this guy is east, let's say for example, if this is the east wala direction, this becomes the north wala direction. Sorry, not north wala direction. ये east है तो ये south बन जाता है ना. This is south east now. ठीक है, साउथ ईस्ट टू नॉर्थ वेस्ट तक पहुंच जाएगा ये. इफ दिस इज ईस्ट, दिस बिकम्स वेस्ट. I think I should be looking at it in this way. So if this is northwest, this is southeast, let's say. And if this is east, this can't be northwest, no? Would be correct. Because northwest has to be between north and west. So if this is northwest, okay, this is northwest, let's say. Okay, okay, this is northwest is fair enough. This will be east, that part is taken care of. Okay, this and this are north and west. So this is west, this is north, this is south. Okay. Okay, let's go to the previous one and see once again what happens. Okay, let's go to the fourth question again. Let's try to save our answers. Who is facing the north direction? No? So according to this logic, this is west. No, sorry. This is east. This is west. This is south. This is north. So who is facing the north direction? Okay, thankfully it was Meera again. Good. यहाँ पे this one, yeah. So from here, Bittu has to go one west and two north. One west and two north. Yeah, I think we have cracked this. So great. इसमें क्या करना है? Let's see quickly एक बार, क्योंकि ये थीटा है तो let's see. What is this? Two zones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So many villages. What happens here? Every PDP is the last part, will be served at least twice a day. Once in the morning, once in the evening. Intra hub vehicle. Intra hub ये क्या है? Hub क्या होता है? अच्छा, these are the hubs. Okay, 10 hubs are there. Okay. अच्छा, so one hub to other hub it will go. ठीक है. Intra hub is inside. Oh, okay, understood. So one PDP से one vehicle will go to, let's say Darjeeling से Hilly hub में there will be one intra hub वाला vehicle, and there will be inter hub वाले vehicles, that will be pair of hubs वाले, and morning and evening में चले जाएं. So क्या है इसमें? Let's see. Suppose a consignment is to be sent from Kalimpong to Purulia. Kalimpong यहाँ पे है, Purulia किधर है? Purulia is here, yeah, west border. So Hilly से west border भेजना है. Okay, then what happens? Hilly. Okay, first it will go from Kalimpong to Hilly using an intra hub vehicle. Inter hub vehicle it will go from Hilly to west border, and west border से intra hub vehicle चला जाएगा. Okay, understood. ठीक है, fair enough. What is the number of vehicles to be maintained by WL? So there will be intra hub and inter hub. Na? Intra hub will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hubs हैं. So inter hub will be 10C2. I'm assuming two hubs need to be connected. So 10C2 कितना होता है? 10 another 45 will be here. Let's see, 45. And inter hub. Intra hub, sorry, inter hub is 45. Inter hub will be 10. हर एक इसके लिए एक vehicle लगेगा. I don't know, 55. ठीक है. If it's wrong, it's wrong. ठीक है, fair enough. ये भी है. ये क्या है? बाप रे. Used to maintain a dedicated vehicle for every pair of hubs and one dedicated intra hub vehicle for each hub, which is restructuring of operational activities. The PDPs for Medinipur hub are brought under Kolkata hub. Medinipur Kolkata के अंदर चला गया. Whereas PDPs of Nadia and West border are brought under Central Districts hub. अच्छा, Central District में कर दिया. Oh, अच्छा, सेंट्रल डिस्ट्रिक्ट हब में चला गया, ठीक है। PDPs of Dinajpur and Murshidabad have been brought under Malda hub. What is in? I don't know. Has made a lot of changes. I am not very happy with a lot of changes. Again, a lot of changes don't really help us. Yeah. ठीक है, let's see. ये तो छोड़ दो. Next वाले में product categories exceed the average sales per subcategory in the year 2022. Okay, how much time do we have left? We have only 3 minutes. Very good. Okay. So average sales per subcategory in the year 2022. How many product subcategories will grow more than average? Okay. So let's say, for example, percentage terms, if I'm looking at an average of, we saw some average was 15%, some average was 20%. So अगर equitable भी लेते हैं तो 2022 के आसपास average आएगा, is what I'm assuming. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I would also go for this one 5. I'm tempted to go for this one as well. So my answer is either 5 or 6. I'll go for 6 because 18 months also looks to be a large number. Again, it's a nice guess. This is a proper guess because of the percentages wala thing. Which of the following shows the correct relationship between sales growth in lakh achieved by different product categories from 21 to 22? Sales growth in terms of numbers, right? So we saw something, right? 3 kahin pe tha. 3 was the growth in terms of baby foods and all those things. So oils and spices. Baby foods kahan pe? Baby foods, freezers and personal hygiene, I think, right? ठीक है, अभी यहाँ पे if I look at baby foods and soaps उससे ज्यादा बड़ा है. So soaps कहाँ पे था? Soaps was 18 and non-perishable के अंदर if I look at it, 18 would have grown by I don't know 15% or 23%. So 3 से grow करना है ना, तो all of them में soap would be better than baby foods. So this is fine. Beverages कहाँ पे है? Beverages is 18 and beverages processed items would have grown by 18 by 1/3 because it's a multiple of 3. So 55 by 3, 6s are 55 into 6, 33 कुछ हो गया नहीं, 3.3 से ग्रो हो गया होगा, आई थिंक 3.3 से ग्रो हो गया होगा. So that can't be the case, right? I somehow like this one for some reason. ठीक है, if it's wrong, it's wrong. Let's see. This I will not go for because it's too complicated. What did we do here? Let's see what we have done. We attempted 13, we didn't attempt 7. This 18th question में क्या हो गया? अच्छा, let's see this one. Color of the maximum number of small cubes through which these 12 diagonals will pass. Maximum number of small cubes through which these 12 diagonals will pass. तो ये वाले diagonal के अंदर red is being considered twice. ऊपर red will be considered, so 2 here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So red is 10. ठीक है. What about yellow? 2, 4, 5, 6. That's just 6. So red is still the winner till now. Pink 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8. So pink is not there. Yellow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. So I think red wins. Okay. So we have put in effort to let's mark that answer as well. 7, 8, 9 में क्या चल रहा था? There was some theta question, right? Number of discarded vehicles is what? I don't know. 15. Some random number. 8 में there is okay. ठीक है, चलो. Now let's have some fun. Hopefully, yeah. So not exactly something which is an exciting performance, but fair enough. Let's see. So quant में in a 10 standard board examination, 5% of the registered students did not appear for the examination. Among the students who appeared, 8% could not pass. Ratio of students who passed in first, second, and P division. P division क्या होता है? Some pass division. Okay. 532. ठीक है. We can manage this, I think. So let's go for a larger number here. Let's go for 1,000, 10,000 students because everything is near 10,000 here. So 5% did not appear. So 500. So 99, 500. 99, 500 का 8% could not pass. So 8 5 are 40, 872, 76, 872, 79, 7960 did not pass. बचे कितने 10 minus 0 is 0, 10 minus 6 is 4, 14 minus 9 is 5 and 98 minus 7 is 91. 91,540 passed. उसमें से we are saying number of students passed in first and P division दिया हुआ है, ठीक है. First division and P division is first division is half of this. So 4s are 5s are 7s are 7s are 0. ठीक है, this is first. And P division is what is it called? 2 by 10. So 1/5. So 5 1s are 5 8s are 5 3s are 5 0s are 5 8s are. ये है. अब इसमें difference कितना है? I think this is the 10,000 is the number. 10 minus 8 is 2. 6 minus 0 is 6. 7 minus 3 4. 45 minus 18 I think is 27. 27462. Okay. क्या question है? Number of passed in first and P division is this 2622. 8 could not pass. 5 is to 3 is to 2 ना, so 5/10 of मतलब half of the total. 5% could not appear, 8% could not pass, वो appeared में से, which is fine. 7960 could not pass. What is 2622? Okay, let me see what is. Acha, I taken 1 lakh for some reason. Okay, it's not 10,000, it's 1 lakh. Okay, understood. So 27462 divided by 2622. In these kind of situations, your calculator might help. Okay, what was that number? 27462 divided by 262. Okay. Fine, there's a calculation mistake there. So let's start from the beginning. Let's say that 10,000 people and 5%, so 500 people. So 9,500 is here. 8% could not pass. So 8 5s are 40, 8 9 7 2, 760 did not pass. And then you have half of them in the first class. So half of remaining कितना हो गया 500 260 निकल गया. So 8,740 I believe. Yeah, 8740. उसमें से these people passed. इसमें से first वाले will be half. Half कितना होता है इसका? 2 4s are 2 3s are 2 7s are 2 0s are 4 3 7 0. Pass कितने होंगे? 1/5. 5 1s are 5. 7s are 35. 4s are 20. 8s are. So 10 minus 8 2. 6 minus 4 is 2. 12 minus 7 is 5. Or 13 minus 7 is 6. And 3 minus 1 is 2. Perfect. So we started 10,000 students. How many students appeared for the board examination? Very nice. So that's where I take a second look at things. Appeared 10,000 were registered. 9,500 appeared. Okay, fair. As per the labor laws in a state, factory workers should work for not more than 8 hours a day. Based on this guideline, a piece of job can be finished by Rama, Shama, and Tama together in 7 days, working for the maximum duration permitted each day. When they work alone, the time taken by them are in the ratio 5:8:10. Okay. The trio could work for 6 hours 48 minutes per day for the first 5 days. At least how many more days will they be considered? Will be required to finish the job if only Rama and Tama work without violating the laws of the state. Achha, not more than 8 hours every day. So 6 hours 48 minutes every day for the first 5 days. Okay. So 7 days mein they are finishing the work. 7 8s are 56 hours together. Okay, Rama, Shama, and Tama. Work alone, they take 5:8:10. Okay, I'll have a look at it later. Slightly complicated, but let's see. Okay. 2m plus 3n, two positive integers such as 2m plus 3n is 53. Average of maximum minimum possible values of m plus n. Okay. So 2m plus 3n is 53. Now let's say n is 1, which is the most basic number. Let's say then m will become 25. So m plus n will be 26 here. Now n can't become 2. N will have to be 3 because it will change by 2 points, right? So if this becomes 3, 3 3s are 9, this will go down by 3, so it will become 22. Yeah. So 22 and 3 is 25. Now this will go, okay, understand the logic. So this is 5, this is 19. So 19 and 5 will be 24, it will keep on reducing. Lowest number tab hoga jab you will have 17 here, 3 17s are 51 and 2 1s are 2. So 18 will be the minimum. So average of the maximum and the minimum possible values. 26 plus 18, 8 will be 4, so 22 I believe. Okay, I hope I'm not making a silly mistake. Container A is fully filled with 1 liter pure milk, 1/3 of the container, large empty bowl, refills till its brim without any wastage, and again empties half the mixture of container A to the large bowl. Okay, let's see. 1 liter is pure milk, then 1/3 में water replace कर दिया. And completely empties its content, you know. अच्छा, half निकाल दिया. Okay, understood. ठीक है. Fair enough. We can maybe have a look at it later, but understood the question. F of 30, f of x square plus x is 20. F of x square plus x is 20. F of 30 निकालना है. So f of if x is 4, let's say, so 4 square plus 4, f of 20 will become 20 itself, na? Okay. What about x is 5? F of 30 will become 20. So everything f of whatever is 20, right? So 30 and 20 you can represent it as yes. So f of 30 becomes 20 and f of 20 becomes 20. So everything will be 20. Population of bacteria in a colony becomes 1 plus 1 by 1, 1 plus 1 by 2, 1 plus 1 by 3, 1 plus 1 by n. After how many hours will its population become 100 times? Acha. So 1 plus 1 by 1, 2 into 3 by 2 into 4 by 3 multiplied by, I'm assuming it's 5 by 4 multiplied by 6 by 5 and so on. So after 1 hour, it will become twice. After 2 hours, it will become thrice. After 3 hours, it would have become 4 times. After 4 hours, it would have become 5 times. After 5 hours, it would have become 6 times. After 99 hours, it would have become 100 times. Find the number of integral values for which log x to the base 3 minus 2 upon 5 minus log x to the base 2 is positive. Yeah, I think I have seen this question somewhere. Or something similar to this. Okay, but anyway, integer values of x for which this is positive. So if this is positive, either both the numerator and the denominator have to be negative or both of them have to be positive. If both of them have to be negative, let's say, then what will happen? 5 minus log x to the base 2. So log can be negative, but for that x cannot be an integer. X has to be 0 point something for the denominator to be negative. So denominator negative हो नहीं सकता, कुछ भी हो जाए. Numerator can be negative. So both of them negative is not a possibility. Both of them should be positive. So log x to the base 3 should be positive, and as in log of x to the base 3 minus 2 should be positive. Log of x to the base 3 should be greater than 2. So x should be greater than 9. Because 3 raised to what gives me 2, right? So 3 raised to 3 raised to 2 gives me what? So 9 is when 3 is raised to 2. So if x is greater than 9, if x is 10, it will definitely be greater than log x to the base 3 will definitely be greater than 2. इतना पता है. So x has to be greater than 9. नीचे वाले में it has to be positive. So 5 minus log x to the base 2. So x to the base 2, meaning x cannot be 32 because 2 raised to 5 is 32. Yeah. 2 raised to 5 will be 32. So x has to be less than 32. जब तक x 32 से नीचे, the denominator will be positive. So x has to be less than 32. So we have x greater than 9. Yeah. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So 22, I believe. 32 से कम होना चाहिए, 9 से ऊपर होना चाहिए. So it will be between 10 to 31. 31 and 20. Yeah, 22 is fine. Number of sides of two regular polygons, A and B and the ratio n is to n plus 1 sides into n plus ratio, and each of the interior angles n plus 1 is to n plus 2. Oh, okay. So consecutive sets of polygons जहाँ पे interior angles are in the ratio of this thing. So I'll go for polygons directly and see what happens. 3 polygons में interior will be 60, 4 sides में 90, 5 sides में 108. So इसमें 4:5 है क्या ratio? नहीं. Not 4:5, right? Yeah. 5:6 का ratio है इसके अंदर. Yeah, 18:5 or 18:6. Fair enough. So polygon A n है ना, तो n will be 4 sides. So if polygon A has 4 sides and polygon B has 5 sides, the measures of interior angles will be in the ratio of 90:108, which is 5:6, 18:5 or 18:6. ABCD is a trapezium where AB is perpendicular to BC is perpendicular to CD. Okay, so it's a 3-polar trapezium. ऐसे कुछ होगा. And BAD is an obtuse angle. ठीक है, so ABCD. AB is perpendicular to BC is perpendicular to CD. BAD is an obtuse. Tan ADC is 0.75. Okay. Tan ADC is 0.75, which is opposite upon adjacent is 3:4. CD is 7. So let's say I put this here. Tan is opposite upon adjacent. So opposite will be 3x, adjacent will be 4x. CD is, the entire thing is 7. And AD is 5. I like 3, 4, 5. Then the perimeter of trapezium ABCD is what, right? So this is 7, this is 3, so this will become 3, and this is 4, this is 3, this is 3. So it will be 5 plus 3 plus ABCD का पूछा ना. So 5 plus 6 will be 11, plus 7 will be 18. I think the answer is 8. 10 multiple choice questions. Summary of responses is given. Each correct answer is Y, each incorrect is N, unattempted is U. In how many ways can the summary responses be generated if it's known that student got at least 8 questions correct? So correct, wrong, and unattempted. Okay. So 8 questions correct, 0 wrong, 2 unattempted. At least 8 है ना? या फिर 8, 2, 0, 8, 1, 1. These are the possibilities. 9, 1, 0, 9, 0, 1, and 10, 0, 0. These are the only possibilities. Okay, let's see. 10C8, 10C2, 45, 45, and so 45 itself, right? What am I doing? I'm doing something wrong. Okay, let's see. So 45, this will also be 45. This will be 45 into 2, 90. This will be 10 into 10, that's it. This will be 10 again. This will be 1. So कितना हो गया? 90, 90, 180, 200, 201. So there's an option 201. I think it's right. I'm not talking about the order at all. I'm just talking about the order zero thing. It will be divisible by this thing. Okay. Y and E. It's not about question number at all. Okay. Annual electricity will be in the ratio of quarters 3, 7, 6, 4. Very good. So okay, let's see. So 3, 7, 6, 4. So 20 parts. 14,000 annual electricity bill. So he had accounted for 3,500 in each quarter. Right. The actual bills from his expectations by more than 10%. So 3,850 plus 5%, 3,675. Yeah, 3,675 and minus 4%. 140, 3,360. By what percent increase? Yeah, okay. By reduce. Okay. So 175 and 350, 525 minus 140 and 385. So some 11% say should reduce. 385 by 3,500. I thought it was 11%. Acha, oh sorry, I'm so sorry. 3,764. Yeah. So assuming 20 units and 2,700, sorry, 2,100 and 4,900 and 4,200 and 2,800. ठीक है, that should be the split. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे 10% से बढ़ गया, so 2,310 I am assuming 4,900 plus 5%, right? 5% is 49 पैसा कितना होता है? 245 I think. So 5,145 and 4% से कम हो गया, मतलब कितना हो गया? 16168. So 4032 168 से 8 fell down. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे I'm talking about an increase by 210, 10% से बढ़ गया. यहाँ पे I'm talking about an increase by 245 and a decrease by 168. ठीक है, तो 3245 is 77, 210 plus 77 is 287, 287 by 2800. So 10%, 10 और 11 के बीच में कुछ है, 10 and 1/4 I think, yeah, 287, perfect. P is a prime number, factor of 100 factorial minus 1, then P must be. P a prime number is a factor of 100 factorial minus 1. ठीक है, अब y 100 factorial, उसके लिए तो कुछ बोल नहीं सकते ना. P is a prime number, is a factor of 100 factorial minus 1. So let's say I'm talking about 5 factorial minus 1. So 5 factorial minus 1 कितना होता है? 119 होता है, right? Now 5 factorial minus 1, 17 and 7. Let's say. तो एक तो 2 तो नहीं होगा for sure, because it will be an odd number. P equal to 53. ये कहाँ से रेवोल्यूशन आ गया है 53 का? That we don't know. 53 to 97 के बीच में कुछ है. P is greater than or equal to 101. There could be multiple factors. Now, अगर let's say for example, I'm talking about 7 factorial. 5040, let's say, minus 1, 5039. It is not divisible anything, no? Okay, I don't know. I'll go for one of these. So it's basically second half of prime factors, not really. Okay, let's see. Find the number of integer solutions. This is similar to one of the questions that appeared at CAT 21 or 22, I believe. So it's basically 1 raised to 0 and all those things. Okay, let's see. So if it's in the form of 1 raised to 0, तो क्या होगा? X square minus x minus 20 is 0. Integer solutions. So minus 20 should be the product. Minus 1 should be the sum. So minus 5 and 4. So 5 and minus 4 होना चाहिए. 1 raised to 0 पे. Anything raised to 1. So x square minus x minus 20 should be equal to 1. X square minus x minus 21 should be 0. But 7 and 3 integer नहीं आएगा. So sorry, what am I saying? Okay. 1 raised to any number. So 1 raised to an odd number or 1 raised to an even number, doesn't matter. But नीचे वाला 1 होना चाहिए. So x square plus 6x plus 8 should be 1. X square plus 6x plus 7. 7 needs to be the product. 6 needs to be the sum, which is not possible. क्योंकि फिर plus 7 or minus 1 हो जाएगा, which will give product as minus 7, which is not possible. So my denominator or my base cannot be 1. Okay. What else is there? So minus 1 raised to an even number. Right, so minus 1 अगर मैं लेता हूँ यहाँ पे, so x square plus 6x plus 8 is minus 1, x square plus 6x plus 9 is equal to 0, which will give me x plus 3 the whole square. X is minus 3 आ जाएगा. But if x is minus 3, what happens to the top? Minus 3, x square minus x minus 20 is minus 3, x square minus x minus 17 is equal to 0. So वो even number भी नहीं है, odd number भी. So I have only 2 solutions here, unless I'm missing out on something. So it will be 1 raised to any number raised to 0 basically. So upper part should be 0 unless ठीक है, b square minus 4ac and इसमें भी नीचे वाला part will become imaginary, I think. If x is minus 4, if x is minus 4, x square plus 6x plus 12 equal to 0. 6 square is 36, 12 4 are 48. So niche wala part will become imaginary number. So then it will not be equal to minus 1. I'm not sure what happens if imaginary number is raised to 0. Okay, I'll go for 1. Okay. Let a be a non-zero number. If 5 by a is a root of something, then the value of a is what? 5 by a is a root of this thing. So we can just put 5 by a instead of x now, and then equate it to 0. So 125 by a square minus 125 by a square minus 30 by a. Okay, so nice. It's a nice question because this will get cancelled out. 30 by a equals 15, a equals 2. Nice question. How many 4-digit numbers that are divisible by 8? Okay, I'm so sorry. Can be formed by using 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 if repetition of digits is not permitted. So divisible by 8 chahiye. Last 3 digits is what I'm looking for. So my last digit has to be either 0, 2 or 4. These are countable, right? I can just count the numbers. Okay, 4 के multiples देख लेते हैं. 004 is not possible. 008 is not possible. 012 will not be a multiple of 4. 016 नहीं चलेगा. 012 can be a multiple of 8. 016, 024. Yes, 024 is possible. 032 is possible. 040 not possible. 048 के आगे चलाता है, then it does not work. Then I go to ones. 100 नहीं है. 104 is a multiple of 8. 112 is a multiple of 8. 120 is a multiple of 8. 128 is a multiple of 8. 136 is a multiple of 8. 144 is a multiple of 8 and so on. नहीं चलेगा. 200s में देखेंगे. 200 is a multiple of 8. 208 is a multiple of 8. 216, 224 नहीं चलेगा. 232 नहीं चलेगा. 240 will work. 248, 256 के आगे चला गया, पॉइंट नहीं है. 320 I know is a multiple of 8. 304 is a multiple of 8. 304, 312 and 320 and 328 वो सब नहीं चलेगा. 400 नहीं चलेगा. 408 नहीं चलेगा. 416 will not work. 424 will not work and so on. 4 तक ही है, 5 है ही नहीं. ठीक है. So I'm talking about 2 cases for each. So 2, 2. अच्छा, wherever there is not a 0, there will be 1 case. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 तो इधर हो गए and 0 and 4. So only 1 case. So 15 होना चाहिए. What am I missing? 008, 016 नहीं चलेगा. अच्छा, 4-digit numbers divisible by 8. Oh, sorry. Good, I messed it up. So I have 2 cases here. Either 1 or 3. 2 cases here. Only 2 cases here again. 2 cases here again. 2 cases here again. 2 cases here again. Only 1 case here. I think I was right. Are all these numbers multiples of 8? 64, 312 is fine, 240 is fine, 120 is fine, 104 is 13 8 are 104, and these things are also fine. 4-digit numbers, no? I'm getting 14 for some reason, I don't know. 4312 will work, na, here. Okay, I don't know, I'll go for 16 maybe and then see what happens. Okay, how much time is left? 14 minutes are left. Okay. All right, 3 altitudes are AD, BE and CF. Which of the following is definitely true if AD is to BE is 7 is to CU is 5, 7 is to 5 is to 4. Acha, there is some property I forgot about it. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's see. So AD, BE and CF. Sorry, AD, BE, CF. AD is 7, BE is 5, CF is 4. Let me see if I can apply the same thing to this one and manage it. Let's see. I'm just trying to guess this one. So 7 square is 49, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25. 25, 16, 49 के अंदर 25 and 16 is 41. The third one is more than the sum of the other two. I think it should be an acute angle triangle. Because if it is an obtuse angled triangle, let's say for example, do I know of an obtuse angled triangle? I should be able to get it right. Let's say I have a 120, 30, 30 kind of a thing. Some ABC triangle, doesn't matter. ये वाला है, तो ये 30, 60, 90 हो जाता है. Let's say this is 1, then this becomes, or let's say this is 2, then this becomes, this is 1, let's say, then this becomes 2, and this becomes root. So root 3 हो जाएगा, 2 हो जाएगा. So root 3, 4. So 16, 3, 3, 9, 6. This इसके अंदर altitude क्या होगा? Altitude is 1 here. The other altitude like this, let's say it goes, if I do it like this, I'm assuming they will meet outside the triangle. So ये वाला altitude क्या हो जाएगा? This is 90, 30 and this will be 60 now. So the hypotenuse will be 4. This altitude will be side opposite 30, so it will be 2, I believe. No, I messed it up. Yeah, maybe I don't deserve to solve this test. Yeah. Side opposite 30 is half the length of the hypotenuse, root 3 by 2 times. So 1 root 3 and 2. I'm so sorry. So root 3. So 2 root 3 यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. Side opposite 30 is half the length of it, तो ये root 3 हो जाएगा. Somehow I got it right. Root 3. And this one is also root 3, I think. So this will be 3, 3 and 1. So it will be less than this one. So obtuse angle triangle में 1 altitude is 1. This altitude I think is root 3. Yeah. Okay. This is root 3. The other one will also be root 3. So 3 and 3 will be the squares. 1 will be the square. So the sum of the squares of 2 will be greater than the third. This may it is less than the third. So it is accurate. Okay. Tested by hypothesis. If it's wrong, it's wrong, but I think it's right. Next. Half of capital at R%, 2/5 at 12.5%, remaining at 25%. Half, 2/5 and the remaining 3/5. Each rate being simple interest per annum. His cumulative interest equals his total capital in 8 years. So 8 years में double हो रहा है basically. ठीक है, let's see. So let's say he has 100 rupees. Half of it is 50 rupees is at R%. 2/5. So 20 and 30, right? At 25%, 12.5% and 24. ठीक है. अभी 8 years के अंदर 25 into 8. So 200. So this will basically give me 60 additional rupees. This will give me 20 additional rupees. And this will give me some additional rupees. Okay. But overall, the capital, the interest is double of that of the capital. So interest में 200 हो जाएगा. Sorry, capital 200 हो जाएगा. Interest में 100 हो जाएगा. So this will basically become 20. So it's growing at the rate of R% for 8 years and then give me 40%. So every year it is growing by 5%. Simple interest. Let's see. Attains its maximum value. I think it's minus b by 2a, where it attains its maximum value of minus 9 at x equal to 7. Okay. Or minus b is 14, b is minus 14, I believe. What is the product of the roots of the equation fx equal to 0? Product of the roots is c. Minimum value of minus 9. So it becomes minus 9 at x equal to 7. So 49 plus 7b plus c is minus 9. Okay. So 7b plus c is minus 58. 14 sevens are 98. So minus 98, c is 40, I think. So product of roots is 40. Okay. Heights of 5 students have distinct integer values when expressed in centimeters and can include any value from 135 to 170, both inclusive. Average height is 150 and the heights of exactly 2 students are below this value. The difference between the highest and lowest possible of the second tallest person among 5 people are there. Average height is 150 and exactly 2 are below this value, 2 are above this value. Highest and lowest possible of the second tallest person among. Okay. So what is the question? I don't understand. Distinct integer values and include any from 135 to 170. So average height is 150. So the spread should be equal is what they're saying, right? So if let's say for example, okay, so I have 15 steps to go away here. So let's say 151 is the lowest possible. The highest possible, I think 169 agar pakad ke chalta hai, I am sure this will not work because if this is 169, this becomes 170. The people who are above 150 are already 19 and 20, 39 places above. So cumulatively 39 तो मैं manage कर ही नहीं सकता, 39 नीचे लेके नहीं जा सकते because I can take it lowest 30 तक लेके जा सकता हूँ, 30 भी नहीं, 135 and 136. So I can take it 29 points, I can take it niche, I can take it 29 points upper. So 14 points above 150 is where I can go. So I can go to 164, let's say, highest value, and lowest is 151. So 161, 13 I think is the answer. Let's see, I'm not very sure of this. Okay. Doesn't look very pretty. Yeah. T1 is 5. Sequence दिया हुआ in terms. T2 is 5 plus 9, T3 5 plus 9 plus 13 and so on. Find the value of n equal to 1 till 20 for Tn. So summation निकालना पड़ेगा. Summation of what will be required? T1 is 5, T2 is 5 plus 9, T3 is this one. So the first order of difference is 4. ठीक है, T1 is 5, T2 is 14, T3 is 27 and so on. First order of difference is 9 and 13. Second order difference is 4. So ax square plus bx plus c. Okay. So it's in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. So अगर 1 लेते हैं तो a plus b plus c is 5. If I take it as 2, 4a plus 2b plus c is 14. And if I take it as 3, 9a plus 3b plus c is 27. Okay. Now if I look at let's say ये दोनों को compare किया and I take I remove c, let's say for example I'll get 3a plus b is 9, and if I take the second and the third one then I will get 5a plus b equals 13. Okay. So then I'll get 2a equals 4, a equals 2. So a 2 आ जाता है, b will be 3 and c will be 0. So it's basically 2x square plus 3x. So summation 2x square plus 3x. So x, I forgot this one. N into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1, right? So x into x plus 1 into 2x plus 1 by 6 plus 3 into x plus 1 by 2. Summation of summation. ठीक है, 20 डाल देते हैं यहाँ पे. So 2 3 are 6. ये 20 हो जाएगा, 21 हो जाएगा, 41 हो जाएगा, 3 7s are 20. 7 1 7, 287 into 2, 560, 574, 5740 plus 20 मतलब ये 10 हो जाएगा, 10 3 30 into 21, 630 I believe. So you will get 4 plus 3 7, 57 plus 6370 is among the options. So I'm assuming it's right. We go to the next one. Okay, last question we have. A1, A2, A3 till AN, sequence of n natural numbers where A1 greater than equal to A2 greater than equal to A3 and so on till A greater than AN, and their average is 100. How many distinct values of AN exist? AN. So if there is only one number, A1 ही अगर है, average 100, so that can be 100, which is fine. If there are two numbers whose average is 100, both of them, acha. The larger number, right? So if I have, let's say 1 and 199, the average will be 100. If I have A1 as 2, 198, even then my average is 100. But AN cannot be less than 100 because the average A1 cannot be less than 100 because it is greater than or equal to jo bhi, it cannot be less than 100 is what I'm saying. So anything greater than 100. I am assuming. But maximum कहाँ तक जाएगा? Can it be 1000? Okay, so 1000 numbers will be there. AN will be n natural number. So A 1000 मतलब 1000 natural number आ जाएंगे. So that can be 100, right? I don't understand this question, honestly. Let me see how much time we have left. 3 minutes is what I have, right? How much have we done? Some 17 we have done. Okay, fair enough. Some 18 we have done. Fine. Okay, इसको let's see एक बार. Average is 100, sequence of n natural numbers. So there's only one natural number, A1 will be equal to 100, which is fine. So A1 is fine. A2 अगर करेंगे तो if there are two natural numbers, then A2 can take some value, right? A3 अगर होगा 3 natural तो भी चलेगा. What if there are 101 का sequence? All of them are 100. That is also fine. How many string of AN exist? I don't know. I'll mark 100 here. I'm not sure. Okay, this was a question that we had skipped. ये वाला था. This was too painful, but manageable, I think. Which one was the one that we marked but didn't? Okay, something like 12th में क्या कहता? Okay, P1 is a factor of 100 factorial minus 1. Value of P must be something. Okay, let me check this once. When we did 5 factorial, right? So we got 119. 6 factorial plus 1 is this thing 7 ka multiple. 100 factorial plus 1 will be of 101 for sure. 100 factorial minus 1, I'm torn. 1 to definitely is not right. I don't think even this one is right, because then you don't have a prime factor at all, right? Torn between this one and this one. I'll go for this one. Maybe 97 is the one. I'm missing out on something basic. Distance in the between two cars. Okay. So west is W and northeast is N. Oh, this looks like that cosine rule. So root 2 NW should be there. Maybe go for this one. Again, not sure. Just a very intuitive guess. Isme, I don't know. I'll go for 5 because it's a theta. 1 we left, right? This one. This one I should have been able to attempt. I don't know. 45 6 by 11 is what I feel, but it's okay. Okay. Chalo, so I'll maybe discuss this a bit and then we will have a look at the performance. So overall, not very happy, honestly, because it was sort of rusty performance. I took a lot of time in verbal. First couple of passages, I think a lot of time was taken. I could have avoided that much of time. So maybe my second passage could have been done when it was 25 minutes left. I think I went on with the second passage till 20 minutes were left. So that was one thing which I'm sure I could have done in a better manner. Otherwise, I think VA was fine. The paragraph summary questions I might have been able to solve if I would have solved those RCs earlier. But that is one key learning that I need to be faster in terms of reading. The second thing is LRTM, I got stuck. That first set, I think I took 10 minutes. I should have maybe looked at the other sets first. and then have a look at the set that we did. The first one, the northeast southeast wala bit that we did. I got stuck in that last two questions, additional information wala, so that was a disaster. Out of the 4 sets that were there, I think the first set that we did, the northeast southeast wala set was definitely doable. Cubes wala set should have been done. It was not difficult at all, except maybe the last 2 questions wherein I had to apply a lot of imagination. But otherwise, those 2 sets I think were doable. This number of sets was the hubs and West Bengal, that set was there. A PDP wala set, that was something that should have been done, but again there was a lot of guesswork involved for at least 2 questions that we did. And the last set that was there, in terms of those 3 categories and subcategories wala bit, that was thoda nasty is what I felt. Because my first intuition was agar 25% it should be of 12, 30% it should be of 10, but for one set it was not matching. I don't know if that was right or not, but I think that was one thing which could have been left. So I'm happy in terms of the sets that we did in terms of LRDI. The first one I should not have got stuck, and the last one, some guesswork is involved, right? So that was the issue. Quant, I think it was fine. I should have been able to do better. I think my accuracy is not great in quant today. Generally, I do a good job in terms of accuracy, but today I think some questions I messed up. The first question I was very rattled after verbal and quant and DI, sorry. So I'm sure a lot of you will be able to identify with it. The first question that we did, I got stuck badly. That one question divisible by 8, again, something that I should have got. I'm not sure if I got it right or not. So maybe not 100% happy with the things, right? Just to give you an estimate, I don't know what do I think about the score. If I've answered 20 and I would have got some 13ish right is what I believe. So if I'm getting, say, verbal may 13 correct, 7 wrong kind of a thing, including 1 or 2 titas, I'm positively looking at somewhere around 33ish marks is what I would, 33, 34. Okay. LRDI ke andar, I think those 2 sets that we got, I think both of them were right. So 10 questions is what I'm assuming out of them at least 8 or 9 should be right. So roughly 26 from there should come, and around 2 or 3 other guesses should work. So I'm assuming around 27, 28ish is what I'm assuming in DI. And quant ke andar 21 I answered, but I'm sure I have got at least 4 or 5 wrong here. So I'm going for a conservative one, 16, 5 pakad ke chalte, let's say. So 43 is what I'm looking at. So overall, yeah, some 60, 100 and 110ish should be the estimate. Let's see what happens. I'll just close this and then we'll see, and we'll try to analyze a bit as well. I don't know what the time is. The time is 1:47. So let's try to analyze things a bit as well. Let's see what happens here. Yeah. So I think it will get refreshed. I'll just maximize the screen. Something got triggered because of my tablet. I'll let go of the tablet. Okay, let's see. Let's refresh it. Yeah, 98. So again, not even meeting expectations. I think I messed up big time, but I think most of it was because of spending time on a lot of questions which I could have avoided nicely. But overall, it's a fine effort. And let's see which section we messed up in. I am pretty sure that DI went wrong. A couple of questions. Yeah, verbal, though, obviously 86.51 percentile. 25 I barely met the cutoff, so that is something which is fine. In terms of LRDI, 99.92, 35 was the score. So again, I think that estimate was fine. Verbal, I think I overestimated my ability. And quant was 38, right? So quant, I think again I messed up a bit. So 99 could have been slightly better. 99.977 overall, which is fine. Overall, if you look at it, yeah, verbal, as I was saying, out of 20 attempts, 11 were correct, 9 were wrong. So I think I got some titas wrong as well. In case of LRDI, I got 12 correct, 3 wrong, which was more or less the estimate. Quant may I messed up a couple more questions than I believe I had. So 14 correct, 7 wrong is what I have in quant. Okay. Now we can look at the review tab once, and we will have a look at a couple of things which might help you. I've done a detailed session on analysis, SimCAT analysis, but otherwise we can have a look at the overall test as well. Okay. So in terms of proctored SimCAT 7, let's have a look at the review. So here, if you look at it, again, lot of reds. Plate theory tectonics was, I think, the second passage that we attempted. The first passage was very nice. So 5, 6, 7, 8, all of them I have got right, which is a good thing. But if you look at the time taken, it's horrible. 6 minutes to read the passage. 1 minute, again, I have spent on this question. So 7, again, 8-ish minutes, 9, 9.5, 10 minutes is what we spent on the first passage. Could have been quicker. But again, considering that we are just starting the test, 10 minutes is fine. The second set was, passage was all over the place. The first question, though, we didn't even attempt. I think we skipped the question. Okay, we skipped it for some reason. Why did you skip this one? Plate tectonics provides an explanation for all the following except. I think that was the last one which got missed when we were writing something. I'm not sure. So here we were talking about option C, right? How mantle plumes form. Yeah, that was the right answer. I think I had selected this one. I don't know what happened. I might have selected and marked or something, or just marked or something. So this went wrong. I think I should have crossed 100 in this one, but it's fine. Okay. Second question, mantle blooms and their roles in intraplate volcanoes was wrong. So let's see. Okay. So I think I messed up reading the passage. Third was fine. If false, except, so one word of advice for you. So if false, except two negatives, we are talking about something that is justified by the passage, right? So that is what we have to do. I'm not sure of the explanation. Yeah, if false, except as it is, the given statement would be in accordance with the passage. So that is how you can think about it. Two negatives, you can convert it to a positive. Fourth wala, if true, would weaken the argument in the last paragraph. Yeah, something I might have messed up in this one. Is a rare isotope only in volcanic? I think 2 ones. So this one I was confused. 1 and 4 I was confused. I think 1 is the answer, which is fine. In terms of the middle part, I think 9, 10, 11, 12. Not really. Achha. Oh, the order is changed. I'm so sorry. Okay, 17th is where your verbal part starts. So 17th, if you look at it, 4312 was correct. It was a very simple question, 45 seconds, very easy question. 18th we didn't do. Achha, 18th we didn't see at all. As tensions mount between rival countries, there is growing concern of military conflict. Achha, we didn't see this question at all for some reason. Yeah, that the panel was not available. I think I had missed this one. 19th. Okay, this was the last one that we did, I think. No, alcoholism. Okay. What was the answer? 4321. So alcoholism is a major public health issue. Efforts such as education and treatment programs, yet its prevalence remains high. Factors contributing to the and in addition to the red harms. Okay. So 2-1 was the link that I got. 4 was also something that I got. 3 ka placement was off. Okay, fine. 20th was right. 21st was it. So that was a good decision doing those 2 paragraph wale questions. 23 autism was wrong. Again, that was a pure guess. I should not have guessed it, but hindsight is 2020, but it is fine. Alternative summaries. So this too we didn't even see, right? So verbal mein, again, takeaway is this. So the second passage, this passage, I think, clinical trials wala. This I think I could have done quicker. And tectonic plates ek tha. Then which one was the other one? Memory. I think this was the second one, if I'm right. 644. Again, I took a lot of time. 43 seconds, 125, 1. So again, around 9 to 10 minutes were taken by this one. Multinationals was the last one that I did. It's a zero-sum game. So 13 is wrong, 14 is right, 15, 16 are wrong. So it's +3, -3. So whatever was given was taken away, which was fine. Okay. LRDIMA, let's look at it. Mostly it was fine. 7th question, this one. How many product categories excel, right? I wrote 6. I was torn between 5 and 6. It was a proper guess. 4 is the answer. So 30, 25, 25, 25. I think these 4 are the categories. 23 is also less. But again, it was a proper guess. And it was a theta question. So I was thinking that it will be somewhere between 5 and 6. It's 4. It's fine. Not a problem. Okay. 8, so I thought it was very obvious. Freezer and serials. So that was something wherein that leap of faith that I generally talk about. That's what we did. Freezer and serials, right? So serials ka peta, freezer was 12, and I assume that if I have to get 25% of something out of these, 25% of 12 is the best number because I can get a proper integer 3. And serials can be same thing, 16 ka 25% again was much easier to get than 23% of 16 or 15% of 16. I could have been wrong, but that was a guess that I took. So it was fine. Yeah, again, I took a guess. This one was wrong. It's fine. Again, I had to. I couldn't stop myself from attempting. So I am human in some way. Even I felt tempted to pump my attempts up by a bit, but fine. This two we didn't even solve. 11 to 15 was right, but I think I spent a lot of time on this one. 11 was 458 was still fine. 37 was fine. 23 was fine. 349. This was more or less the culprit. 731. This was huge. Should not have done this. If you look at the p value as well, 45.98, it was a category B. Should have been attempted, but itna time I don't think it was justified. 55 was right. 10C2 plus 10, that was fine. 17th mein kya ho gaya? There was a lot of information given. Then I didn't want to do this, and so on. So if I want to look at my attempt strategy, if you look at it, 57.11. So this was a set which was categorized as B. So whenever you see p value of toppers between 30 and 60, it will be category B. If it is above 60, it will be category A, and if it is below 30, it will be category C, right? So here 57.11 was the p value, so we can say it's category B safely. A lot of people attempted it. Some of them got it right, so it's an in-between set kind of thing. Okay. Second question was 27.81. It was a tough one. I don't know why people missed out on this one. Okay. Then third one was 26.70. Again, it was supposed to be difficult. This was where I visualized a lot of things. So for those of you who didn't understand what I did, 24 was present. So ye surface pe 24 is present. 24 is present here. And upar wale pe there will be two cubes that will be present. That will be 24. The second and the fourth one. So you have one, two, whatever. You have one here and two there. So 3 in total, that kind of a thing. Then red here. So again 3 in total. So 6 here. Again 4 here. And again those many cubes that were there. So that's how I sort of thought about it. 13, 17 were 1 cubes each or 1 cube each. So that was more or less sorted. Okay. So that's what I thought. So 1, 2, 3 for 24. In case of 17, again 1, 2. Then in case of 13, 1, 2. In case of 6, 1, 2, 3. In case of 4, 1, 2, 3. So that's how I calculated. I think I messed up the number. I got 10 here. It should be more than 10 as well, I think. Yeah, for red, it should be greater than 10. Oh, it was 10. Fantastic. I don't know how I got it, but yes, I got it somehow. So 2 at the top, I think face A, B, C, D, and bottom and top. Yeah, very good. Which was fine. This was exactly what I did. 10, 7, 7, 7, 6, 8. I think I got the same numbers. If you want, we can check once. Let me see what I got. Sometimes you end up solving it in this manner, right? So you guys, I don't know. I just said it to myself. I didn't type it. Fair enough. Okay. So again, the p value is 26. So this was a category C. Fourth question was category A. Fifth question, category C. Sixth question, B category. Seventh was C category. Then B category. B category. Again B. This was an A category. Yeah. So this was a manageable set, I believe. Again, category B. A, B, B, C, C, extremely C, C, and C. Right. So the choice was fine. This was a difficult set, and obviously the quantum of information given was too much. So this was a good decision. So this was fine. Let's look at quant. And again, so for those of you who are facing trouble with things, there's a small suggestion here. So this is what you have. So let's say, for example, you managed this set somehow, but then you are not able to do it. There is this thing called AI powered adaptive questions. You can simply click on it. You will get a portal that will open up, and then you will get a question which is similar to what you had solved. So it's not the same question. It will be similar to what you had solved. So there you had 7, 1 by 7 and all those numbers. Here you have 10, 6 by 11 and so on. The categories, there were subcategories were 10. Here you have 4 plus 5 plus 4. So you have some 13 categories that are there. So it becomes slightly difficult, right? So what we would suggest is you look at this AI enabled adaptive learning wale questions, solve this entire thing. So once you click all the answers that you have, let's say some 10, and let's say this one, let's say this one, let's say this one, and submit the answer, it will tell you whether you have got everything right or not. If you have not got everything right, it will take you to the next question. So yahan pe pura ka pura, it has been given to you as to how exactly the solution looks like. Then you can go to the next question. Again, you can do it. The progress bar will not fill up till the time you answer everything right. Okay. So this is basically the replica set that you can try using the AI enabled adaptive practice feature. And finally, quantitative ability mein, again, this was the question that was there. I think I got it wrong. It's not an acute angle triangle. Obtuse angle triangle. So I think I messed up that calculation somewhere. 7:5:4. Okay, so 49, 25 and 16, so 41. So that would have been larger. Sum of the sum of squares of two diagonals and the third one करके. But I think obtuse angle में the one that I got was 2 root 3 and 2 root 3, 2 and 2. Yeah, so 2 root 3, 2 and 2 was there, and the altitudes that were there was root 3 and 1. So yeah, 3 plus 1 would have been 4 and this would have been 3. So if sum of the squares of two diagonals is greater than that of the third diagonal, then it's an obtuse angle. Achha, I didn't look at the ratio. Yeah, I think something was wrong because I didn't look at the ratio properly. Sides ka ratio is what we got. Okay, fair enough. I am honest mistake. This was a proper guess because there was no negative to this one. Again, the answer was 4. So now if you want to practice something like this, let's say for example, again you can go to the AI powered adaptive questions tab. You will again get something similar to this one. So again, this is generated on the fly. So those of you who would have tried this AI enabled adaptive feature would have seen a different question than what I am seeing right now. If you try it after this test, you will see a different question from what I am seeing right now. So the AI generates a question on the go and it will just show you the question and then you will have to solve whatever it is. Okay. So here, let's say my answer is, let's say 5, for example. And I submit the answer. Now, if my answer is wrong, it will again show me that this is the answer, 6 is the answer that was expected to do. I'll keep on going to the next question till the time I get my answer. So here, let's say, for example, I again say that 5 is my answer. Let's say, again, my answer is wrong. So it will keep on giving you questions till the time you get a chain of answers right. Ye easy wala bar, once it gets filled, you will start with a medium wala bar and then you will have to fill the entire bar. And that is when the system will believe that you have done justice to that particular question. Okay. So do that and I think you should benefit. This I missed this. 99 days. So how many hours, right? So 2376 I think was the answer. Yeah, it was a very stupid mistake. So should not have done that. Realized it now. This one though, I don't know, I just guessed this. P greater than equal to 101. I'll have to check this once. I don't know who has done the solution. Yeah. Amit sir has done the solution, so I'll just check it once. N factorial is P into N. I think I should have gone with that one, right? So I thought about 5 factorial minus 1, right? So 119. Now 119 was 7 into 17, which were both greater than this one. The other one that I got, again, I could have gone for the other number and could have seen this. Okay, fair enough. 17th May, this was an issue. Was the answer 2? Yes, the answer was 2. Yeah, 4 and minus 5, right? But I got stuck here because if x is equal to 5, then my base becomes an imaginary number. So that was what I was having issues with. So maybe I was wrong, but yeah, something was wrong, I think. Minus 1 raised to minus 8, 63 raised to 0, 0 raised to 0. Okay, I'll have a look at it once, but something might be off. Okay, fair enough. And 18th, if you look at it, okay, did I miss this one? I'm not sure. Half of his capital at R%, 2/5 at 12.5%, remaining at 25%. So let's see what I did here. Must have done some funny stuff. Yeah, so 50% at R, 20 rupees at 12.5, and okay, 2/5 at 12.5. So this would have been 40, not 2/5 of the remaining. So it should have been 40 and 10. So it should have been 40 and 10, and this should have given you 20. They should have given you 40, so 60. They should have given you 40, so 80%, so 10% should have been the answer. Yeah. Okay. Missed this one. And this one was a guess at the end of the day. I don't know. I'm guessing it will be, hopefully it will be option C. No, it's option B. So I got it wrong completely. I should have solved it. I think it's not even cosine rule. It was a straightforward Pythagoras thing. Okay, should have managed this. Very good. So I'll have a look at the solutions once and see what happens. But otherwise, if you get stuck in any question, if you feel that you could have, you should have practiced more questions, you can go to this AI powered adaptive questions tab, and it will give you a similar question, right? So in this case, in 2 cars after an hour, so it will change it to maybe E and N by 2. I don't know what will happen, but something like this will happen, right? So in this case, if you are looking at this question, maybe let's say this is the answer is what I'm assuming. So I got it right. Then I will go for the next question. So now it's given in terms of numbers. So 15 root 2 and 17. So if everything is 15 root 2 and 1 is 17, then what will happen? So then you will have to look at 17 square is 289. 15 square is 225 into 2 is 450. So वैसे करके you will have to figure it out. Okay. So again, something that you can maybe have a look at once your test is done, and of course you can gain some benefit from it. Okay. So that was basically what we did. Again, you can look at the values of the p-values of the questions. There are 15.07 was the p-value. Yeah, 15.18. So category C question. Again, because of the length of the question, I believe. Question 3 was 57.89. Category B. Category B again. Category A again. 52.67. I missed this one. I should have got this. I think for some reason it's 55, 5 by 11 or 6 by 11 mistake. I think it's C. Let's see. B is doesn't matter. Right. But the point was, I should have attempted this question. It was not a difficult question at all. Mainstream question here. But I didn't for some reason. Okay. 7th was category B. I should have got this. Silly mistake I did. And the rest is fine, right? So again, you have to look at those questions. You have to spend a lot of time. I spent a lot of time here. 316, 118 is fine. 53 is very good. 1 is fine. 240 is slightly more than what I should have spent on. I did a mistake. I split it as 3500 in everything, and then I realized that it was not 3500. It was 21, 49, 42, and 28. Right? So silly mistakes. Okay, this was a very stupid mistake. 55 seconds. I should have got this right. 246 is again a bit more. Okay, this was the answer. 100. I will have a look at this one. Yeah, smallest possible value for an is 1, and the largest possible value for value is 100. An is a natural number. Okay, I don't know. I just guessed 100 because it seemed right for some reason. Okay, so you can have a look at these questions at a question wise level. Have a look at the video solutions, have a look at the p-value, have a look at the AI enabled practice, and I think that should give you a lot of confidence in terms of what needs to be done. Otherwise, definitely I'm sure all of you know what needs to be done. Going forward, try to look at as many tests as you can. Each test will give you a lot of learning. And of course, by the end of it, when you reach the day of the CAT, I'm sure you will end up doing very well. If everything goes to plan, there will be linkages that will be formed at the back of your mind. Make sure that you are confident till the day of the CAT. Make sure that you keep on taking tests till the day of the CAT. Those of you who haven't started taking SimCATs, I will strongly advise you to start taking SimCATs, because there are a lot of interesting questions that are there. All said and done, whatever happens, you will still be exposed to interesting questions, and that is the whole point of preparing, right? The point of preparing is not to get a 99th or a 95th percentile at every SimCAT. The idea is for you to get as many marks as possible, experience or solve as many questions as is possible, experience as many different ways of solving questions as is possible, and you should be fine. Okay. So on that note, I think I will stop the session. Thank you everyone for tuning in on holiday. We wanted to do it on 15th of August. We wanted to do it slightly earlier this year. So what you can do is you can have a look at the test. You can have a look at the video again. And if there is any query or something, you can just put it in the comment section on the YouTube video. Okay. All right. So thank you everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and wish you all the best with your preparation. I hope this was helpful. So yeah, thank you everyone.